sure y'all hit that like button. Ain't nobody gonna hit the like. Hey, gamers, shout out to you for coming through. Hey, we finally hit that 20K, and we actually hit it yesterday on my birthday. So I actually knew that was gonna happen. I kind of predicted just how my numbers and stuff was going. Like, so to actually reach 20K, it's a big deal for me. With no help, nobody shouted me out, nobody gave me nothing, no handouts or gave me they subscribers or none of that. Like, so to reach 20K on my own, like, I'm proud of myself. Like, so, and it's only going up from here. Like, so we may not reach a million subs, but hey, we still going up. Hey, shout out to you, Born Again Daily, coming through. So as y'all can see the title, hey, we doing that this $50 gas card giveaway, but I'm gonna try to wait till more people can come in. Somebody was like, that's 5 gallons. I'm like, okay, motherfucker, somebody can use that. Hey, shout out to I am on E. Hey, this gas. I mean, I was gonna do $100 gas card giveaway, but I was gonna do a raffle, but I'm like, nah, since this is my first one, I'm gonna just do the 50 card giveaway. And then like I'm gonna just start probably adding raffles and stuff like gas stuff that people need. Like so I know people can use some gas today. So but I wanna make it a fair chance like before like while everybody coming in. I don't want to if you've been watching my lives for a minute, exactly, Captain King Palms, been watching my live for a minute. This is not no regular giveaway. I'm not just gonna choose one random person. There were details like for the people who've been like truly. I mean, then again, I do want to kind of make it like more fun. Like so, that better not be no Reggie. That better not be Smoke. I mean, what's his name? Blow Sniffer. That better not be you coming in with no different account. That's the same thing he would have said. We smoking jet fuel and that Gary Payton cookies today, so I don't know what people consider cookies where they from, but cookies ain't no Reggie's out here. Or jet fuel, so. But yeah, to hit 20K on my birthday, my 32nd birthday, took goddamn 32 years. Nah, YouTube ain't been around that long, but since I've been, like I said, since I've been on YouTube making videos, posting, it's been what, since 2017 since I started, but I never was consistent until like November 30th of last year. So I went from 1,400 subscribers in November 2021 to fucking 20,000 March. Now we here, so people be asking like, how can you build your channel up? I say post shorts. And then I forgot who it was. They asked me like, how can they screen record videos like mine? But they didn't have an iPhone. But it's a way to do that even if you have an Android. It's an app called Snap Instagram something, where you could like copy the link of an Instagram video you want to share on your YouTube, and just type in that website, paste the link, and it'll allow you to download the video, and you can just post it yourself. So it's way more convenient than screen recording. Like it's way easier doing this. So I literally got 20,000 subscribers off posting shorts. I mean, pretty sure some of it came off like me going live every day, but overall, I was posting shorts every single day since November 30th, November 29th to be exact. So my hard work is kind of paying off because I haven't missed a day of posting. Probably missed a day of. Well, yesterday I didn't get on live, of course, because it was my birthday. I was gonna go live at Top Golf, but they had so much music and stuff in the background. Like, man, I ain't trying to get copyrighted. So, man, we here now. So, y'all ready for that gas card giveaway? I mean, should I wait till at least like, cause I know it's a few people that comes in kind of late. So I don't, like I said, I don't want to start nothing and everybody ain't in here. Exactly, the grind is not gonna lie. Like, you, most people pay for views, pay for subscribers and shit, and they videos be all inconsistent. I mean, that's how you know when a person's views and like their subscribers number don't match. Like, if they not consistent on their video, if they not consistently posting, you got to consistently be in a person's face so they can see you. So you get like before they even subscribe, I heard it's like they got to see you at least 5 times. Like, so, I done posted over 600 videos in the past three months, almost 4 months. So imagine how many times you've seen Positive Minds only clip. You probably didn't know it was me, but I've been posting consistently every single day, and I'm not gonna stop. Honestly, if I have to get on YouTube every day already and watch other people, then I might as well get on here myself and post my own content. I was having a conversation with my little brother the other day. He was like, I had that epiphany a long time ago. So that's why he was automatically trying to get monetized on YouTube. So I mean, nah, that's why he got monetized super quick on YouTube because he was already on it. So me, I'm just now getting consistent. I'm just now finding something like my niche. Like, first, I didn't know what I wanted to post. I was just trying to copy everybody else's trend or do what everybody else was doing. I wasn't really following trends. I was trying to do what my brothers were doing. So that didn't work for me. So, and that was another key in me not being consistent because I wanted the first video to just pop off and get 1 million views because I was seeing both of my brothers having like millions of views, like damn near all their videos. So I was wanting that to happen for me. I had no subscribers. I had built nothing up for myself. My whole thing was like basically I wanted my brothers to help me get in position, like so I can make money. That didn't happen. So I ended up taking the podcast route, building up my fan. I ain't gonna say fan base, but building up my supporters and my brand through that way. And then I'm like, man, this is limited. Podcasting is so limited for the simple fact everybody don't know where to go to listen to a podcast. Like, so, and I felt like I ain't like being on camera like that. I'm a person who truly like privacy, like being in the background. Like, so I always try. Even though I wanted to do YouTube, my subconscious was like, nah, you don't even like being on camera. So I was like contradicting myself at first. So once I made it a goal to be monetized, that's when I started putting the grind in, putting the effort in, putting the work in. Like, the subscribers, that just came out of nowhere. I wasn't even expecting. I'm telling you, for the first 30 days when I said I'm gonna start posting every day, I didn't expect that if I posted like just 3 months consistent, I have over, I mean, 20,000 subscribers off that and like an extra 6 million views. Like, so I'm like, shit, why would I stop doing that? Or why would I stop doing what I'm doing now? Like, so, and it's effortless. Like, this, everything that I'm doing on, as far as YouTube, comes to me like super easy, super natural. Like, even the videos I pick to repost, like, I be scrolling on Instagram and it's something that interests me that makes me want to reshare it. So, like I said, I don't want to do the gift card giveaway too quick. But then again, people shouldn't be late, right? But the rules to like to winning a gift card, I'm a spiritual person, and I've been telling people who've been in my lives every single day. I ain't gonna say every single day. I told them talk about past lives, but I mentioned a few times like different past lives and like where I was. I even mentioned a few names. Like, so the goal was like, in order for this a person to win the $50 gift card the gas card, they would have to have been in the lives to know what I was talking about, like to know who I was. So, I mean, it's new. I know I'm pretty sure it's new people in here tonight. Probably just the first time being on live.
You put his jacket somewhere?
His jacket? He
Yeah.
didn't have a jacket this morning.
He said he didn't have a jacket. He said he had a black one on.
A black one? Is it on the couch?
Uh-uh.
Really?
Nope, I don't see it.
It ain't in their room either?
Nope.
I could have sworn I didn't see him with no jacket
Yeah,
on.
exactly. I ain't seen no jacket either. I'm gonna go look again.
Mm. My nephew, my little cousin, like to go home. Couldn't find his jacket, but he didn't come in with a jacket. Mom probably don't remember, but. So, if you've been like in my lives, like just one time in the past 30 days, past 60 days, I'm pretty sure you heard me talk about who I was, talk about who I am. Like, so. Oh, goddamn. Look like she got a jacket in her hand. Look like she.
I didn't know you was in here.
Yeah, that's a. You found his jacket?
Yeah, I got it.
Damn, I didn't even realize.
See y'all tomorrow.
Alright. I did wake up early in the morning to like go get him. Go to the door. So I probably don't remember seeing no jacket. But since there's new people in here, I do want to give it like an even chance. So if you are spiritual, you know how to use your intuition. Like, this should give you also another. I wouldn't say that's a fair chance, but should I even do it today? Since like a lot of people who they haven't even heard, like just the rules, like to even how to win it. I know I told certain people like when I hit 20K, I was gonna do a gas card giveaway, and I put it on Facebook, and I put it on my community thing. So just haven't been promoting it that long for people to catch notice of it, I guess. So, but if the chances for 3 people or 5 people just show, like there's a 50. Nah, what's the percentages when you got 5 out of 100%? What's that? What's the 100? Nah, I ain't gonna say you got a 50% chance, but you really don't. But especially if you don't know how to use your intuition. But like I said, I could still do a 100 card giveaway for like the new people, and then the 50. I mean, well, 50 for the new people, 50 for the old people. So I should do 2 gift card giveaways. Since that'll be the case, then I could kind of wait a little longer to do it so I can actually promote it more. So, what y'all think about that? Y'all just going in and out. And like, we gonna actually get back to the book club tomorrow. So, yesterday, like I said, I wanted to get on live, but I was enjoying my birthday. So, I took a break. And today, we're here. We're talking about the gift card giveaway and me hitting 20K subscribers. So, hard work. Nah, I don't know. I don't even know why I just said hard work, because that shit was not hard work. It was just takes consistency, and that's not hard. Because every day you get up, every day you do the same exact thing. And so, me knowing that, understanding that, it was not hard for me to say, oh, let me just post on YouTube because I'm already on here. Like, I already spend hella time just scrolling on the timeline of seeing what videos I want to watch. I waste hella time doing that. Like, so, like I said, I could dedicate time like as far as like creating content. I'm like, there's no rush. Like I'm not in no competition with nobody. Like this is all for myself. Like this is all for like to be my best. Like create. I'm doing my legacy. I'm living out my purpose and my mission. So as I grow my journey, I hope to give away a lot more. I hope to give not just wisdom and game and knowledge, but more gifts, more things that can change people's lives. Like so, I just got to keep doing what I'm doing. Just got to stay focused. That's what it's all about. Honestly, is staying focused. So I posted a Floyd Mayweather video. I think probably was yesterday or the day before, but it was saying like how people who work a 9 to 5, not all, but a lot of people who work a 9 to 5 don't got that much time in their day. Shout out to you, Happy Sahara, or like a lot of people work 8 hours out the day for one, and then breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That's another 3 hours, so that's 11 hours. You sleep 8 hours, so what? That's 19 hours. Time it takes to get ready for work. That's another hour, so you at 20 hours. Most people spend 4 hours, the rest of that 4 hours out their day, like commenting on other shit, talking about other shit, like basically nothing to advance themselves, nothing to help themselves. So, me knowing I don't work a job, I have basically, I'm sleep probably not even 8 hours out the day, probably sleep 5. So I got 19 hours of time to like contribute to my dreams, to my goals. And for years, like since probably I stopped working a job in like 2018. So 2019, 2020, I was basically like spending my time like on YouTube, like watching different videos, reading different books, like, but I wasn't really creating anything that was going to lead to financial security. I mean, well, the wealth and the knowledge. I mean, the knowledge, learning. I was learning financial, like how to handle financial, uh, just blessings like that. Because a lot of times in my life, I would get money and I would spend it. So I was asking for millions from God and the universe, and God was like, "How I'm gonna give you something if every time I get it, you spend it? You don't know how to save. You don't know how to build wealth, generational wealth." So Nipsey Hussle kind of helped me with that. Like just listening to his music, just that all money in, no money out was like kind of cemented into my brain to where I just started like saving money, like putting stuff aside. So now I know when I can get $1 million, or not even a check, but just whatever I get, like I don't know to like not spend it all. Like plus I'm a businessman, so I gotta pay taxes. So taxes, when you get $1 million and you don't even get $1 million. You got to get like probably 2 million before you can actually say you got $1 million after you pay taxes. But and as a business owner, like shit, hitting $1 million, that ain't nothing because you got to keep reinvesting it back into yourself to keep building your business up. So knowing that, like knowing YouTube is a way to like get you paid, like, and you can get paid very well. So that's what I'm doing. So I want to encourage other people to do the same. I want to encourage other people to like, hey, let me start focusing on something that's gonna help me in the future. A lot of people don't think about 10 years down the road. Don't think about 5 years down the road. They only focusing on most of the time the past, like or most of the time a future that has never happened. Like, so they never and they never in the present moment. So knowing that and knowing like I was one of those people at a time, at once upon a time in my life, I'm like, I can't let that continue to happen. Especially I was getting in my late 20s too. Like so once 28 was that year, like man, I gotta change. I can't keep living like how I'm living. Like so made that change, and it was a 30-day habit forming video that I watched called Earl Nightingale's The Strangest Secret. That book, I mean, that video changed my life. Literally changed my life. changed how I think, changed how I saw the world, changed how I saw money, success, setting goals. So I did that for 30 days straight. It was like a detox of what I did. It was like people don't realize, a lot of people don't realize this, but we all programmed, and I hope I don't forget where I'm going, but a lot of people don't realize we're all programmed from childbirth. Your parents saying this is your religion, this is your beliefs, the environment you in, like that's programming you. School you go to, programming you. Radio, music. From the day you're born, like you're being introduced to all of these different programs that got their own agenda for your life. You don't even have like control of your own destiny, like when you're born. Like so, knowing that, and knowing people's in don't truly know who they are because they just went down the same path. Like that led me in my life personally. Like I was kind of set back. I was kind of fucked up mentally. Like I had a lot of mental trauma, a lot of childhood trauma that I had dealt with in my life because of shit like that. Growing up in poverty, in the hood, like just dealing with certain individuals and around like that got good intentions. Like so, when I realized I was filled with trauma, this was 2018, and I had called one of them psychic hotlines. Like I don't know, it was someone was telling me call a psychic, like do a get a reading done. Get it. This was my first time ever getting like a real reading, and so I was already more turning spiritual. I was wearing chakra beads at the time, like getting introduced to chakras, meditation. So all of that I was being introduced to in 2018, like literally off my intuition. No one just said, "Hey, do this." Like it was me reading books, wanting to know more knowledge, wanting to fix myself. So it led me to like wanting to get a psychic reading. So when I got that reading, the psychic had let me know, like we had did this meditation, and it wasn't even no meditation. It was like a trip down memory lane technique he did with me, where like when I closed my eyes, took a few deep breaths, then I just visualized like just from my first memory on up to now, well, on up to the point I was 28. So he had me telling like just basically everything that I remember, and I realized he was letting me know I went through a lot of trauma just by certain things. So that was healing for me. Like that was like after I got that reading done, I'm like, oh, I would never be like that again. I would never be this vulnerable again. I would never let the world control like where I'm headed in life. I would never let someone say, hey, this is what you should believe in, this is what you should do. None of that. But like I said, being born on earth, like everybody's telling you this is your path, this is what you should do, this is what you might be good at. And none of them people probably ain't did shit in their life. Like just keeping it real, most parents that want their kids to be good, great in life is probably because they ain't do nothing in life. So me, I lived my life up until 28, like basically following behind certain people, following behind rappers, 50 Cent, like J. Cole, like so. It led me to get some success in my life. It did. But it wasn't the success I wanted. It wasn't my success. I wasn't living in my purpose or my mission. Like, so I was basically just following somebody who I thought was successful because I didn't have a dad in my life. Like, so that made me want to just follow the next father figure who I like. So first father figure was basically my older brother. When he left into the military, that's when I went on my own. I went out looking for another father figure. Then that's when I went into church. Well, I was already in church, but as I went into the military, I met my ex-wife, and she was in church, and I ended up like going to her church and meeting like the pastor of that, and like end up clinging on to him, like basically how I did my older brother. Like so, I was realizing while I was doing that, while I was putting everybody before me, lifting everybody up, like they was getting all the things that I wanted. Like all the things that I prayed for, everything that I tried to manifest would go to someone who I was placing them like before me. Like so, I realized that was part of my program. Is like uh, I was very codependent on other people because, once again, childhood trauma, not having a dad, not having a mom, made me have abandonment issues, made me like shit, just want to find love, look for love in all the wrong places. Like, so I had like a spiritual awakening in 2018. So, like I said, damn, I forgot. Yeah, I said I was gonna, I stopped working. Like, that's when I had got the epiphany, like, I'm not about to be working for nobody else. Like, in life. And they're rich and they's probably sitting back at home on a yacht somewhere, living in luxury, and I'm slaving. Like, I'm like, that ain't about to be the case no more. So when that happened, I ain't had no plan. Like, I had zero plan to be successful, but I was like, I know one thing, I'm not working for nobody else. So I struggled, and I didn't struggle in 2018. Had money, money was coming through. 2018 was the first year I made like 50,000, like around $50,000. Like, so that was big for me, and it was after I learned about the law of attraction, reading the book The Secret, and watching the movie. Like, so that talks about the law of attraction, just manifesting everything in your life. So that, like, when I read that book and seeing that, like, it was like, oh, that's where my beliefs lie in. It doesn't lie in religion. It doesn't lie in like someone outside of me or someone in front. It's about self. It's about what I want. Like, so once I was introduced to the law of attraction, like, it wasn't even like somebody told me straight up about that. My brother, my older brother, was on his Facebook Live at the time, and some somebody had robbed his house. He just got on live, I guess, because whatever he was going through at the time. But he was talking about how he had got everything in his life that he had wanted, and he was mentioning The Secret. So, well, he mentioned the law of attraction, but he mentioned the law of attraction, but he said there's a book and a documentary he watched. He didn't say that. That was the thing. Like, he didn't tell nobody what he watched, but he mentioned the law of attraction. So, hey, that's what I'm trying to do, Tony Red. Like, and that the best way I can. Like, I ain't no multi-millionaire or nothing, but the best way I can give back is like shit, my words, stories, of what I've been through, experience, and like shit, by the things I can do financially. So doing this gas card giveaway, like, this is just the beginning. Like, I ain't in no. I'm in a great position now in my life financially, but still not to be like giving thousands of dollars worth of gifts away. Like, I ain't in that position yet. I will be. Like, that's why YouTube is in. Like, I'm doing YouTube so I can be able to give away in that form, in that sense. So, like I said, in 2018, said I wasn't gonna work, didn't have no plan, but I had the podcast. That's when I started Positive Minds Only. Shout out to Brian, one of the first person who donated on my YouTube channel. So I always remember Brian. Like, so 2019, I failed in life. That's when I started. I ain't gonna say I failed. That's when I started financially kind of suffering, and it was because, like, God was testing me. The universe was testing me to see if I was gonna like fall back on my words, and like see if I was gonna turn back and go find a job. So I had nothing. I'm telling you, I was probably making like $750 a month. I wasn't making no extra income. I ain't had no hustle, no grind. Like, mind you, I grew up in a household with a grandmother and a great grandmother. There was no hustler. My grandma, she always had a job. My Gigi, she always had money. But the way I was raised, I didn't have to hustle. I didn't have to do nothing to get money. Money seemed to always came to me. But once I seen, like, I said, I'm gonna stop working. I'm gonna stop depending on a job. I took that hit, and like, to where by the end of the 2019, I probably only made like extra, if that 20,000, not even 20,000, probably between 15, 17,000 that year. And rent was taking the majority of the money that I had coming in. Like, so I had I had to go donate blood and shit, like, on a weekly basis, like, cause I ain't had bread like that. My daughter, diaper, had to always buy diapers, so I was struggling, but I was doing my podcast faithfully, and I was like sticking to, like, just sticking to my script and saying, like, no matter what, I'm not gonna go back. I'm not gonna depend on it, no matter how bad it gets. But in 2019, even though I wasn't getting blessed financially, spiritually, I was getting so much finances. I was being held back for whatever reason. So I'm like, I couldn't manifest nothing. I was like trying to manifest everything. Like I was trying everything to like not work a job, not do nothing, but just I was trying to manifest it mentally, like trying to see if I can get something mentally. you need to hear this? Hey, that's why I'm telling it. Like, cause I always know somebody needs to hear this. Like so, Bayer just can't comment. She can testify. She was pregnant with my baby girl. So we had a daughter that Dana, who always popping in on camera. She was in diapers at the time, so she was going through them mugs quick. So not having a job, not having that played a big part. I see why people sticking around like get stuck in that cycle because they don't want to go through that phase where it's like you gotta struggle. Like so but I was listening to Nipsey Hussle the whole time. Like that was like the soundtrack to my life. Like so he was telling stories in his interviews about how he went through certain times in life where he would stop hustling and he just only started focusing on music and like people started to say, oh, you fell off, like different things. So I'm like, oh, like I'm going through that right now. So I understood what I was going through. So I was never like tripping on like not having money because like I said, the bills was always paid. Like my daughter always had diapers, but I didn't have extra income. The only restaurants we would eat out was at Little Caesars, like $5 pieces, like literally. And then like I said, my wife got sick for like a whole month and a half. It seemed like so I was cleaning up. I had to cook all of that. So I'm like, man, 2019 was that year. Like if I had, that was the year that was supposed to break me and it didn't. Like, cause me and my brother, my older brother, had gotten into it too. Like so, I was so used to always being around him. Like to it got to the point where I couldn't be around him. So I had to focus on my own self and in Vegas. Like so, hey, got through that year 2020. As soon as the pandemic hit, uh, where I was living at was another family member, like my auntie. She had leased out her condo to me and my family. So by the time like the pandemic hit, she was trying to move back into the place, and she was like, "Hey, she had basically evicted us. Uh, she gave us 30 days. March 1st, she gave me a note written on the paper and said, y'all got to be gone by April 1st. March 1st is, you remember 2020, the pandemic, this is the beginning of it. By April 30th, everything is shut down, like nothing, like it's open, nobody trying to be touching, and ain't nobody at work. So when she, little kid on my, porch, so when this happened, when we had to go, she evicted us, we had to move into a weekly motel, like me and my family for 2 months, probably 2.5 months, where it costed weekly, it was like 270. So probably not. It was probably like around 240. Like so, even though we was in this weekly though, the money started rolling in. Like I don't know, like it was like the universe, like, hey, now y'all out of that spot. Like now you can flourish abundantly. Like 2020, it was something different. Soon the pandemic hit, things started going right. Like so, exactly. Yeah, just literally the day we uh we bought a car on a Sunday. She came on the Monday and said, "Hey, y'all gotta be gone by April 1st." And that was literally the first. I'm like, "Dang, we ain't had no money to extra to save up to prepare for this or nothing." But that was the lesson and letting me know like I was not saving money. Like I could have been saving change or anything to be prepared for that moment. But once again, I was in the habit of every time I would get money, I would spend it. So when we left, uh, I'm a military veteran, so I will always get a check. So that I would never just be not good. It was like just the situations and the timing of everything. We couldn't move into no apartments off the back. We couldn't move into no house off the back. So we had to move into a hotel. Like so, week paying 240 something, $250 every single week. Like what's that? $1,000 a month. So that it worked out. It wasn't in no bad area. Like that's when I started like developing like a work ethic without working for somebody. So started doing Postmates, eventually started doing Uber. Then like I got help from the VA and like they put us into a place where we didn't have to put no money down at all. Like so like everything was starting to go right. So 2021 things just kept going up into that level. So by the 2021 is the year I first made my first song, like and shit. Like I was trying new things. Like I said, I started to develop some type of hustle about myself, some type of grind, because I never had that. I was, even though I grew up in poverty, I was a privileged kid. Like so, exactly. Like we couldn't do nothing. It was nothing we could do. Like so, me being in a weekly with my family, my wife, we had our baby girl Angel while we was living in the weekly. We didn't even have a home because my aunt was like, "Yep, y'all gotta go." Like so, I'm like, "Hey, everything happened for a reason." Like, so I wasn't tripping, never tripping. But 2021, like I said, that was the year I started trying new things, and it seemed like everything was working. Like, so when I decided to start like posting shorts every day on YouTube, that was part of 2021. And that was just showing like, hey, my stuff, everything that I went through in 2018, 2019, like it was all like, it happened for a reason. I was supposed to go through that just so I can tell y'all about it because somebody needed to hear it. Like so, hey, now I'm at 20,000 subscribers or 6 million views total. Like, and even though I'm not monetized yet, like I'm almost there. Like so, like I just know to continue to grind and continue to put that work ethic in because I gotta get up every single day. I'm gonna get on my phone. Like I'm gonna get on YouTube every single day. There's not a day in the past probably 5 years where I haven't got on YouTube at least once. Like so, I know I can dedicate the next 10 years to getting on fucking YouTube every day and posting or getting on live. Like so, just get comfortable with like seeing my face. Like, cause I'm gonna be here for a long time. Like I know I'm not about to die in no time soon. Even though people are like, hey, you're not God, you don't know, you may not wake up. If I don't, then that's cool, shit. Cause I did everything I was supposed to do while I was here. Like I ain't got no regrets. If God was to take me out, it's my time to go. It's my time to go. But while I'm here, you will see me. You gonna see something about Positive Minds Only. You gonna hear something about Kenny, because I'm living in my purpose. So as you do that, I'm not looking for fame or anything, but as I live in my purpose, I will shine brighter and brighter where the world has to take notice or see. Like, so I'm not doing this to be like no celebrity or be famous. Like, I'm doing this like for legacy, like for generational wealth. Like, so, and where I come from, like, shit, who don't want to like greatness? I mean, there's a lot of people who just rather stay where they at and like not want to sacrifice what they got going on in their life for something better. But I'm not one of them people. Like, so when I see something that I want, like you're not gonna stop me from getting it. Like so, I just like want to motivate more people to like just do that. Like if you want to do YouTube, if you're in here right now, you want to do YouTube, but there's something like that stopping you, whether you don't like how you look, whether you don't know what you want to post, like whatever it is, let go of that. Those are just the negative thoughts that stops you from trying, from starting. But once you start, don't stop. Because I would start stuff and I would stop and I would like it would be so hard for me to try it again. Like so find out what you want to do, but even start off what you love to watch already. Like me, I was like I love Nipsey Hussle music, I love his interviews. I see it all day on Instagram. Like so understanding shorts is what I'm watching on Instagram. I was like, oh, I'm gonna just screen record and like repost it because I would like Nipsey Hussle's fan base if I was gonna start with a fan base. If I'm gonna try to build my shit up from scratch, who are you? Who do you want to be watching? Who do you want to watch your videos? Like I want positive thinking people to watch my videos. I want people with goals to watch my videos. I want people who know they got a purpose and are searching for their purpose to watch my videos. So Nipsey Hussle, he got those type of fans. So I started just posting his clips. And I started posting like just Dave Chappelle be going crazy. I posted Dave Chappelle like getting mad about affordable housing, or so-called affordable housing. In the comments, they was going crazy, talking hella shit. I'm like, man, I wasn't even posting that shit to make him look bad. I love Dave Chappelle. I grew up on Dave Chappelle. Like, but they didn't. I mean, I guess I didn't give enough context, and I understand that because when I would see certain shit and they didn't give enough context, I'm like, I never commented, and I was never one of them people who like was saying hateful shit in the comments, but that's out there, and I'm like, damn, this say positive minds only. Y'all a bunch of negative mind fucks, ain't y'all? But I'm like, it's cool because that's what comes with it. Like, that's literally what comes with having 6 million views. You gonna have at least 1,000 of them motherfuckers who hate you, like, or just mad over nothing. Like, so I'm like, you can't control it. You gotta take the good with the bad. Like, so, like I said, if you don't like how you look, you feel some type of way about how you look, understand me. Like, I grew up with my gap. Like, so all my life I just heard, I ain't gonna say all my life, but as a child growing up in the hood, people talked about my teeth a lot. Like, so that made me keep my mouth closed. That made me be quiet in school. That made me like not say nothing to nobody, not even my friends like that, because I'm like, I don't want nobody just in their head just laughing at my teeth. Like, so that kept me quiet from elementary, middle school, high school, and even when I went to the military, they was like, "Hey, shut the fuck! You ain't even got. We don't even want you to talk anyway." So it was cool for like off that, but as I got out of all of that, out of that programming, all of that shit, like I still like felt certain type of way about my teeth and how I look. But then I realized, I'm like, Kenneth, what you tripping on? Like, you're handsome. I'm like, look, you're fucking handsome, no matter what. You look good. Like, so, and I've never, like, my wife don't want to hear it, but I've never had an issue with getting women. Literally, never in my life. So, people talk about my teeth growth. Yeah, so that stops as you get older. And if there's trolls that still like, man, you know how comfortable I'm like. I make jokes about my teeth all the time. Like, so, but overall, people let the little things stop them. Like, man, it's a blessing that I got a gap, because guess what? I don't look like everybody else. This is how I stand out. This is how most people remember me. Hey, you remember the guy with the gap? Yeah, he giving game. Like, he got a lot of wisdom and he doing stuff. Like, I understand. Like, I'm handsome. Like, handsome. Like, so I'm like, why am I tripping over my gap? Like, I didn't like, I was born like this. I ain't about to exactly like that was the next idea to trademark it. Like, so I had to get to that level of thinking though. If my car spoke, hey, shout out to I'm gonna just say house because I can't really. I be fucking up names and shit. Tiali. I still try to say it. Probably butchered it, but fuck it. But yeah, like I turned on my grind. Like Nipsey also gave me that confidence to like just say fuck it, fuck what they think, fuck what they talking about. Do you? Don't stop. Yeah, so I need something to drink.
Okay, cut the lights out.
Oh, this is they always coming through. I got another one rolled up too. So after this one, I don't know if that's gonna work. Doing everything you can to get this lighting right. Get to listen to Nipsey. Oh no! Oh my! You haven't listened to Nipsey yet. Man, you gotta listen. You gotta change that. I I won't say start at the beginning, like because that's what he got criticized so much for, was like talking about gang banging and crips. So I'll say actually start from the end, start from victory lap, like, and then just go backwards. So like, if you're a positive thinking individual, like if you know you got a mission and you know you got a purpose on this planet, like his music is gonna resonate with you. Or you could just listen to the interviews, like just pop on Nipsey Hussle interview. I'm telling you, you can be like, oh shit, yeah, the Victory Lap, that's the album. That's my favorite time we on. Shout out to Andrew. Hey, that's what this for is like. I realized, man, listening to a lot of music, watching a lot of people who smoke, that makes me smoke a lot too. Like, so I'm like, man, let me stop doing that. Because I listening to Nipsey Hussle and watching his videos and interviews, you just want to roll up and smoke and then just soak in all the game as he giving. And like, is hours and hours, thousands of hours of content like that he left. Like, so I'm trying to like do something like that. So when I grow, like I got thousands and thousands of content like that I was left. Like, not only for like just those out there that's watching me, but like my children. Like it's a time capsule. I can go back like 2017 when my daughter was born. Like I posted that video on my YouTube. Like so I can always go back. Like even 10 years when she get 10 years old and she want to watch the video when she getting 18 and she complaining, Daddy, why you put that on YouTube? Like so, it's a time capsule for me. Like and that's how my podcast was too. Like that's another time capsule. Like so, from 2018 to 2022, like I've been, I ain't gonna say constantly, but like I've been like putting out just content, like creative content. So now I've been blowing up my channel. It took like celebrities. I hate to say it. It didn't take me, my face blowing up and everybody like, hey, but it took to blow up my YouTube channel. It took posting like shorts of Nipsey Hussle, Kevin Gates. Who else I post a lot? Like I said, Dave Chappelle, Fat Joe. Exactly. So I think that's gonna live on forever. Like they'll be always able to like just go back to. Like, so if you gonna live this life and you want to be remembered, you just gotta do something like for people to remember you by. Most people who died, like, or most black people, because I can't speak on no other race, but most black people who came before us, or as far as like slavery on like down, how many people do, how many black people's names do you know out of the millions of people who died that was black? It's only a few. Understanding that this is not no black white thing. This is like most of those people worked their whole life from the time they was born to the time they died. They was working. They never got a chance to chase their dreams. They never got a chance to do nothing. They probably don't even regret life because they didn't know nothing else. Like so, to understand that's still going on to this day. Like I'm not gonna get myself caught in a cycle where I'm gonna just work all day and like don't have no time for myself. Like this is time for myself. When I talk, like I literally don't need nobody to be talking with me for me to have a conversation. That's what I started the podcast with. Where I was like talking for hours, like by myself. Didn't have no guests. Didn't have like nothing. It was just me, like just telling my story. Like so, it became easier over time, like just to do it. Like so, most people, most YouTubers, you don't see them getting on live as much as me. Like I mean, tarot readers, you'll see them because they're doing readings, of course. But as far as just talking in front of a camera, name one person that you know get on YouTube in every single day. Well, like I said, I missed yesterday. That was my birthday. Like, but I get on here on the live stream every single day. Like so, that's and it's easy for me. It's easy, like I said, it's easy for me to do this. Like, because I smoke every single day. I have thoughts every day, and I talk every day. Like so, why not monetize that? Like so, like I said, the extra time that I have, I usually truly try to focus on like trying to get it paid. Yeah, like, yep, that's true. Like some people don't put no. I got I got family that put no type of effort in their dreams. Like I don't even know some of them. Like didn't even know they even had dreams. They never even talked about a dream. Like so, knowing I seen those type of people in my life and see how their life turned out, I'm like, yeah, I know what not to do. And even seeing successful people like how they turned out and like what they did, I know what to do. Like I'm always taking notes. So most people don't take notes, whether it's either a mental note or like writing a note down. Like I take all of those type of notes. So like I said, we hit 20K, so I am gonna do a gas card giveaway. Uh, but I'm gonna do 2 gas card giveaways. So I'm gonna do it for the ones that's been here from day one. Then like I'm gonna try to do something for like just the new people. But I need more people to be tuning in like more often. Like it just most of the time it be me talking people in the live, but it's real. I mean, certain nights it's comments flowing, but other nights it just be like kind of calm and it's just me talking. I'm cool with that, but like I would like more engagement. Like I'm pretty sure that would. But at the same time, this is something to chill with. This ain't something people need. Want. You don't gotta comment. Honestly, that's what it is. It's like just listening and chilling and smoking. Like so. I'm not even a person who comment on comments. Like on YouTube videos, I never. I mean, now I'm like learning because I want people to comment on my shit. But before, I never used to comment on people's shit. So for me to be like wanting people to comment, well, you put out what you get. I mean, you get what you put out. So understanding that, like I'm commenting more, like so. Anything that I see like I need to work on. At first, I used to procrastinate about it, but now I'm like, man, let me fix this right now. Because if I fix it, I'm just. If I don't fix it, I'm just building a habit to like shit. Where years later, I'm in a spot where I don't want to be in. Like we was listening to Atomic Habits the other night, and it was saying like how even if a plane trajectory is like a foot off, a couple inches off, like by the time it get to the destination, like it was supposed to land in like said New York, but it'll be in DC, like off that foot of like trajectory from the beginning, like so. Knowing like I need to be like straight, that's what I'll be working towards. I was wondering because I want to start my own channel, smoke on it too, but does it affect getting monetized? Like to make money on these videos? Like I'm actually working towards getting monetized and smoking. Like this ain't TikTok, like so you good, you can smoke. Like weed is legal where I'm from. Like I don't know if it's legal where you from, but I live in Vegas, so I've been smoking on my videos every time I get on live, every single day I smoke on it. And I haven't got penalized for it yet, so my audience is adult audience. I don't have kid audiences, so I'm not leading nobody wrong. Exactly. I love Cali. I love Cali. But yeah, like shit. If you want to do this, that's why I went to boot camp. I was in Marines. I was there for like 4.5 months in San Diego. But then I went to like Camp Pendleton for like a month. So I was there for like 3 months total. I love San Diego. I can't say the whole part because I haven't been around like the whole city. But like just the area I was in, like mind you, coming from Gary, Indiana, like dealing outside, there is no restaurants where you get to eat outside. You went to Sci-Fi or freaking yeah, for sure, for sure. Those are the ones that got the most truth in it. Like the Matrix, uh, Dune. That I like them. That they just released the new movie, but the older one. I mean, I can't just be naming. There's so many movies like out there. Like, the Matrix. Didn't hear that many. I don't follow comic books, but I am into like Marvel movies. I don't really fuck with DC movies like that because they be trash. I mean, I ain't gonna say they be trash. The graphics, like, it be cool, but the storyline, like the jokes and shit, like Marvel got that in the bag. Talk about movies just yeah, me and my brother, yeah, we was talking about movies the other day. Yeah, like DC, like they need to get their story straight. Like they need some Marvel writers. Like it's what's the best? But when it comes to Batman, they be getting it right. Like the Dark Knight series, oh the DC had that in the bag. But it didn't seem like the Justice League, the like it didn't seem like the Wonder Woman, like Batman alone, like that stands by itself. That don't even seem like no DC. Oh, so shout out for you, Andrew, for coming through. Like me and my brother went on live. Like, wait, that Marvel, I fuck with Marvel. And like I kind of do fuck with the comics, but I don't like I don't buy comics like that. I don't have any, but I do read the. I love the characters, like so. I do research the characters. Like Doctor Strange is one of my favorite characters, just off the strength of like his who he is and like books, like studying the spells, all of that shit. It's a chemical that don't really buy anything. Oh shit! Like I don't follow the channels, but sometimes I'll get in the mood to just watch videos, and like I definitely go to YouTube. Like so, but I don't watch that shit like that. I don't watch TV like that no more. And the music I listen to, like I don't listen to no. I don't listen to. Basically, I don't listen to no new shit unless it's by Money Man. I don't. I listen to Nipsey all day. I listen to Young Dolph all day. Like those that music, I gotta listen to some music that motivates me, like that motherfucking makes me want to get up and grind. I can't listen to something that kill, murder, murder, rape, all that bullshit. Nah, that's why certain people be at the top. Certain people like you see like they get more famous after they pass away. I know some real good ones. Some shit. Hey, I'm always down for suggestions like that. I was see, hey, I fuck with reggae. I fuck with Bob Marley heavy. But I had asked a question on Facebook, and I asked a lot, like if y'all Marvel, if anybody that's interested, like deep into Marvel, like what character would remind do I remind y'all of? Like if you could pick one character, DC or Marvel, like what character comes to your mind when you think of me? So I asked that on Facebook, and somebody said the one above all, and I'm like, oh shit, I didn't expect that answer. I was expecting like uh, the Avengers, like not the Avengers, that's a group, but like somebody from the Avengers he was gonna mention or something. But he had said the one above all. That made me research. 'Cause I'm like, wait, who? Like, oh, just from the name, like you know, of course, like that's some guy type shit. But for him to say that, I'm like, wait, that's how people view me. And this was on my Facebook. This was a couple months ago. Like, so like for somebody on my Facebook to like think that highly of me, like I knew I was on the right path, and I was really just holding my. I wasn't doing nobody a favor by not getting on YouTube, like, cause I know I was supposed to be on here. I just told myself I wasn't because I wasn't getting no views and no subscribers. So I like tried to work it in my head like YouTube ain't for me. I ain't no fucking YouTuber. But now all I have to do is post every day, be consistent, and like I said, we 20K up in like 100 days. Well, not 20K up. I was saying 18.5 thousand in 100 days, but we 20,000 deep, so we still 20K up. I didn't understand like I'm telling y'all, being around my family, both of my brothers. My little brother got 1 million plus subscribers. My older brother got 8 million plus subscribers. So every time I would see other YouTubers who had probably like 10,000, 5,000 subscribers, like I never really gave it any like knowledge. I mean, not knowledge, but I never really gave it like it's just due. Like it's bruh, getting subscribers on your own, like that shit is not a fucking joke. Like that shit is fucking hard. Like I'm saying, from 2017 to 2022, like I was really stuck at fucking 1,400 subscribers. I didn't watch. Let me read the first one. Comics explain, chill breakdowns, comic story, and audio drama. My favorite. Third without fear. My bad. Put my finger in it. It's funny, great, and positive. Bird without fear. Hey, so I'm gonna check that one out. If you positive about, I like it. Did you ever watch Spartacus? Not the old movie from the 50s. I've seen 300 in the second one, but I haven't seen Spartacus. Would that come on? I do know what Spartacus is though, just haven't seen it. But I fuck with 300. As a matter of fact, in one of my lives, I was talking about King Leonidas. So I got stars too, so. What that top at? Oh, there it is. I be pushing shit down and I lose that shit quick. After I smoke this one out, I'ma just, well, I ain't gonna say I'm gonna just leave after this go out, but after I'm smoking this one, that'll be when I'm about to wrap up though. So I guess I'll do that the card giveaway by the end of the live. Or should I say, should I do it another day? Because who knows? Yeah, I believe in the Mandela effect, heavy. Because just off the strength of when he got out of prison, I had thought he was already dead. Like that was just the first Mandela effect, and that was when I was a kid. Like I remember, like always thinking this dude was like not still alive. Then they released him from prison. I'm like, wait, what? Like, and I knew like I don't know why I thought he was dead, but at the same time, like I really believed he was dead, and he wasn't dead. I'm 32. I turned 32 yesterday. It's a bunch of stuff. Forrest Gump, I remember that being one way, and I switched up. Life is like a box of chocolates. I can't remember the whole thing because I know that was a Mandela effect thing. Thank you for that. Thank you. A lot of people don't get to see that, so I pray for the people who didn't. Maybe next time, in their next lifetime, they will. Jiffy never. They said Jiffy never existed. Which Jiffy? And then Sinbad, that movie. I forgot the name, but they said that never existed. But I remember it did. That was one of the biggest ones. I'm like, man, I know I've seen this movie before. They're like, nope. Now I'll just say fuck it. I know now that I know that they're able to change reality like that. Cause I did my study and my research. Thank you for that, Born Again Daily. Like now that I did my research and now I know. Well, I ain't gonna say I know how it happens. I don't know who do it, but I know that they do it, and I know what's possible. Just like parallel universe, I say universities, parallel universes is real. Like that, if you into Marvel, like man, like I said, that sci-fi, that shit is real. It's based off reality. Like so, maybe not all of that. Maybe some of it's exaggerated. Sockenbachers. Which one do I remember? Sockenbachers. Sockenbachers. They switched that. I can't remember which. When they switch things like that up, it makes you hard to remember which one it actually was. So that's how they confuse is people like, but man, like they can do that. Like you can do that yourself. You can change your past. You can go back to your own past and you can change it. You can change your future. You can change the trajectory. You can change the trajectory to your future now, like, cause you're headed one way in life right now. If you was to switch your focus to something right now and like focus on that for like the next 30 days, you would be on another trajectory. Like you can all. That's why your destiny is never like set. That's why like your future is never set because you could always make a different decision. Like so, I learned like when you make certain like decisions in your life that you like was a major decision that like that create another parallel universe to where you did make the other decision. Like so, imagine how many times have you did that. Like and imagine how many parallel universes there is. Like it's like literally unlimited. So hey, what I believe in is like a lot of people don't believe in that. Like it's cool, but I'm not. I'm not a follower. Never have been. don't plan on being in the future. I've been a follow. Actually, I was a follower when I was following those people who I thought was like father figures, but like it's just following the crowd. Never been the type to follow the crowd. That was always one thing I was like, yep. If the Facebook, if everybody be talking about one thing, you know what I'll be doing? Looking the other way, not giving a fuck. Like, so missed out on probably a lot of good shows and a lot of good movies just because everybody was talking about it. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not about to do that because y'all said it. Like, so I don't know if that's like a rebellious spirit in me or like what. Like, because, okay, I didn't watch it. Like, so what did that make me better than them because they did? So it's all subjective and objective, whatever you want to call it. I'm just a person who like analyzes myself from like all different angles, like different perspectives, and I do that to people too. Like so, I'm always like just analyzing people. People call it judging. I call it analyzing because I pay attention. I pay attention to everything, like everybody. I ain't gonna say everybody because, like I said, my focus is mainly on myself. But those that's around me that have some type of impact on my life, like I pay attention. Like so, take note. So when a person like that's been around me for so long starts acting funny, I'll pick up on it. Like, all right, and now with the gifts I got, like shit, I be knowing shit before it happens. Like before it happens within the person, they'll be like, got all love for me, but I'll have an intuition or I have something to tell me, spiritual will tell me like, hey, this person's intentions are bad, even though like they don't have bad intentions right now. Keep talking, man. Keep looking. Oh, I ain't driving. I'm just sitting in the car. But definitely, my eyes is forward though, like on this journey and through life. So this is what I do every day. But like I said, I have a book club, and usually we be listening to books. So we was on the Book of Enoch's overall. So I'm gonna get back to that tomorrow, like just listening to the books on a nightly basis. But yesterday was my birthday, so I took a break from like taking a live. Doing live yesterday, but as you see, I'm still posting shorts. I haven't missed a day of posting a short since November 30th. Like so, Saw Dog L Lewis. What did you take back? I didn't see what your message said. I do that quick. If I ain't like my message, I'll take that shit back. People be like, what did he say? Don't worry about it. Leave it up to your imagination. How's y'all, what's today? Tuesday? How's y'all Tuesday night going? Like I said, for my birthday, we went to Top Golf. As I get older, all I do is like, I just want to do Top Golf, go back home. Like, I don't want to do no extra stuff like that. But I am fun as like trying to go. I want to go to Disney World. I want to go like I'm always trying to travel. But as far as like just staying in the crib, I'd rather stay in the crib than like just go out to the strip. Yo, Friday today, I remember that used to be. Oh, I used to love like when uh, my Fridays used to be on Thursday. Like so, my that'd be my off day Thursdays and Fridays. Oh, for sure. I appreciate that. I thought I did see a message, but now that I'm reading this, I just forgot. I be forgetting things like super quick. Like I said, like as far as like being on the right track, I know my trajectory. I know where I'm headed. Like I can contest. Like yeah, I know I'm on the right path for the simple fact. Like I'm on a straight road. Like I'm not deviating off this shit. I'm not getting distracted by nothing. For the simple fact, I know where I'm going, and I know if I get distracted, I'll be headed somewhere else where I don't want to be. Like so, a lot of people get distracted in life by loved ones, family members, friends, jobs. Like, and I can't be one of them people. Yeah, South Spider-Man early, man. Man, I need to go see that. I need to go see Spider-Man. I want to see Uncharted, and I want to see Batman. So I plan on going to the movies, but yes, soon. So I probably go see Uncharted first because that's my favorite game series. Like out of all like the PlayStation games that I had, like Uncharted, the Uncharted series. Anybody played that? Like you know what I'm talking about. It's like four different like games of it. I be procrastinating on stuff like that too. Like, but growing up, I used to be watching bootlegs all the time, so I never really. I mean, I grew up going to the movies. Like, man, in the '90s, early 2000s, the movies used to be $1. Like, then it went up to $5. Then it should start going up to 10. And I don't know where it's at, but I definitely want to see Batman too, though. Yeah, I've been hearing a lot of good reviews from that. And it was crazy. It's different, like when you hear a lot of good things about a movie compared to when everybody is talking about the movie. Like it's a different thing. Like everybody wasn't talking about Batman like that, but I heard a lot of good things about it enough to be like, okay, I'm gonna check it out. Because once again, the Batman movies has always been like on their own, except for when Ben Affleck came. Like I'm like, what the fuck? Like that DC, all I mean, not DC, but all that Justice League, Aquaman, like man, they butchered that shit. Like, bruh, y'all be getting. I can't say it. Supposed to be a standalone reboot. With the new one, like I'm cool with that because they do that all the time, just like they do with Spider Man. It's like they do with all the movies. Every movie that you watch that have come out, well, besides Uncharted, that's kind of new. But what else was we talking about? Spider Man, yeah, they done rebooted, restarted that one a few times. Batman, hella reboots. You like the Ben Affleck Batman? I like the Christian Bale one, like way better. I ain't even gonna lie. I can't lie. The Ben Affleck one, like he was kind of trash to me. Like, his movies, like, did he have a standalone movie or did he have just the Batman versus Superman and the Justice League? Like, cause I don't. Did he have a standalone? He didn't need one. Like, that movie, like, I like him as a person. Exactly right. Like he would do the exact opposite on. You don't like the Christian Bale character? Like, oh man, I can't. Hey, my brother in here. Hey, make sure y'all go to my brother Jinx the Rebel music channel. Subscribe. Go to his other channel. Subscribe. He the reason. He's the younger brother, but he's the reason why I'm on here. He's the reason why my older brother on here. Like so. Shout out to him for being that trendsetter. Cause me being older and being like, man, how social media was coming into play, how YouTube was coming into play. Like I was in the military when YouTube was like popping off like that. So I was watching videos and shit, but I was never able to like create nothing. I wasn't even thinking about putting nothing up like on there. But Batman was his intro, and like the Justice League was his outro, right? Like, cause he not gonna get no more. Was he? No, they probably had. He was in Wonder Woman. He did a few pop ups in like Aquaman, but overall, like he didn't get his own standalone. Like, and I don't think he needed one though either, because it was like he just took that job like out of just because you know he was gonna get a good paycheck out of it. That's what it seemed like to me. But if you say you like him, then that's cool too. Like I'm not gonna knock you, like, cause like I said, I don't remember him. Like I mean, they should have kept Christian Bale though. Like that's the one who was. You said you loved the Bat Flag fight scene though. In which movie? The Justice League. What movie is fucking what's that Green, not Green Hornet. What's his name? Was that a DC movie with Chris Ryan Reynolds? I say Chris Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds. Was that another DC movie? Cause that movie, I'm telling you, like DC be fucking it up. Like I don't know how like how Marvel ain't bought DC yet and like just started making movies and just cause DC done missed a lot of times. But what movies of fucking Marvel didn't I like? I'm pretty sure they probably missed a few times over time. Deadpool was pretty good though. No, Wolverine. Like when Wolverine, I think it's Origins. Batman's. Oh, I did kind of fuck with that fight scene though. Like that fight scene did like was pretty dope. They shit on the Doomsday story yeah, for sure. Like I'm not even that much of a Batman fan, but like just knowing like man, y'all fucked this up. Not Logan, like, but the one with Ryan Reynolds plays Deadpool again. Like that was the first time he appeared. He wasn't like in a red costume or nothing, but they had showed the Origins. I think it's called the Origins, but that one was kind of trash to me. Some of the X Men's like they was misses too, and those are Marvel movies, so they don't get away from that. Yeah, Wolverine Origins, but like X Men, like those be like hit or misses too. Like those missed a couple times, but them Avengers, oh those hit. Like every single last one of the Avengers movies was like a great movie, in my opinion. Now like shit, what else? Spider Man, they did man, and that was a few misses within that series. The Andrew Garfield, like I ain't really fuck with that one. Logan, that's when he had the little girl with him, right? I don't remember seeing like that, like all the way from the front to the end. I remember him when he went to the. I remember the one where he went to Japan and shit. He fought against the fucking robot, old dude and shit. That was dope. Sometimes you gotta settle for the movies though, cause them comics be hard to. I mean, you can always find comics on the internet. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, you can always find them, but be hard to find the right ones though. Fantastic Four. Which one is that? Is that DC or is that Marvel? Cause they be fucking that shit up too. Takes place in like 2050 something. I can't remember. Yeah, I don't. I'm more of an Avengers fan. I'm more of an Iron Man fan. Doctor Strange, like I said, is one of my favorites. Even Ant Man, like shit. All like the, I don't know. It's like the slick talking. Like they got that slick talking down pat. Especially when it comes like they all in the same room. Like you gonna hear something that's gonna like just be funny as hell. Kill all the X Men, but making me want to go back and watch it. They haven't made a static though yet, but I heard they was planning to. Like I can't say I heard, I've seen it somewhere, but I don't know. I couldn't confirm it, so I'm not 100% sure. But that would be dope if they did bring that to life. Oh yeah, yep, I did see that. I did see that. So I just couldn't remember like where I seen it at, but I did see that. But I know they be saying shit, but that should be taking years for it to happen, like to manifest. But that just how it be though. You don't get your notifications anymore. That, hey, I'm not gonna say YouTube tripping, cause Tasha, you come late all the time. But definitely thank you for showing up, Tasha. Like, hey, Tasha, you know about the giveaway, like, so. And I'm pretty sure for like she will win one of the gas cars off the back. Like, just because she's always here. But if your memory is shot, then can't say. Play it and then it was a price on maybe put her on. That'd be dope if they like did. I mean they known to do things like that. That's why I stay on long, Tasha. So even if you don't get that notification, like if you get on YouTube, hopefully you see me like on my the live or one of my videos. Me, like, man, I used to love going ghost on people. Man, I used to love, like, just disappearing, not letting nobody know where I'm at. I realized, how you gonna try to build a business and you doing that? Like, shit, trying to be mysterious and shit. Like, so now I'm, like, more willing to be on camera, be seen, like, let people hear what I'm thinking in, like, real time. Like, shit, when I was doing on the podcast, I was able to say whatever the fuck I wanted because nobody was in the room with me. Like, it was just me and my computer and my microphone. Like, so it was, like, way easier for me to say what I thought, how I felt. Like, so me doing this now, I was able to build my confidence up to that level. So it didn't happen overnight though. That's on his win though. Hey, that's dope. So since Tasha said that, and it's at least 6 people in here, and we've been going for over an hour. Using your intuition, or you probably heard me say it, to win this $50 gift card for the gas. And I'm gonna let y'all choose which gas y'all want for the gift card. But I'm gonna buy it and I'm gonna send it. Like, I ain't gonna put a time limit on it though. But when I do get time, like, so this is goes back to the past lives. Who do you think I was, and who did I say I was? You can answer either or of those questions. So if Tasha say the answer first, then y'all gonna have to like try to guess and see like, man, who do this guy remind me of? And like if he say he been here multiple times, like I said, I've been here in Egypt, been here in Rome, been here in fucking China, been in Haiti, America a couple times. No, you can't play. Leonidas, nah. Hey, I might have to research and see if like I was him, like, cause I do. He, but I don't think so. I'm not that. I'm not that. I'm not that too savage like that. But I do talk about him a lot. Like I was talking just about how his come up story was, like how he had to leave the kingdom and like to become a man. Like so, I was kind of comparing it to my journey. So for you to say that, you may be right. Like honestly, but that wasn't one of my confirmed answers. Like so, all right. If I do find out in my future though that King Leonidas like was one of my past lives, I'm pretty sure you'll get more than $50 gas card. I wasn't the one he. Hell, that's funny. Hey, I am the messenger, but I wasn't that messenger. Fuck that. Hell no, I wouldn't deliver no bad news to them. But I have 18 different past lives. So, babe, you cannot play. Use your intuition. And if whatever you, it may be the crazy white, black, Chinese, French, Haitian, like whatever you can think you'll hit in the history. He saved the world from being Persian. Yeah, I mean, what would the world have to look like if this was a Persian world? Shit, that message must have got lost in the mail. If we was under Persian control instead of like American control, I'm Greek. I know all the history. So if you're Andrew, if you're Greek and you know history, and you use your intuition, and you just say like, who does he remind me of in like history? Like, cause history always repeats itself. And like I said, I wasn't always black. Like, shit, I choose whatever I want to be to like accomplish the mission that I need to accomplish. Like, so, like the craziest shit you may think, like, just might be right. So, and like like I said, it's 18 past lives. So as I continue to grow, like you're gonna continue to hear more about me. You're gonna continue to what is Kratos the god? Kratos wasn't the god of war. He was the god of war, and but Ares is the god of war. Honestly, in Greek mythology, Athena is the god of wisdom and like war strategies and stuff. Like so, I named my daughter after her. So, but I wasn't Kratos. Oh, he was the god of strength. I definitely played when I was growing up. I definitely played fucking God of War. That was one of the first games I beat too. Like so, I played 1, 2, and 3. It's more, but I even played the version that was on PSP at the time. Like, but I haven't played them all. So that wasn't Kratos though. I played Party 2 way too much. And this gonna continue. Like y'all don't have to get it today, like, cause until like y'all get it right, and like whenever it take, y'all might dream it, and like the next time I get on live, hey, is this the person? Gotta be the 12 house speed run. Alright, you saying you gotta go? Alright. You know it's crazy, like being on live and like hearing like different places, new lingos. You got a 12-hour shift, like thinking like, oh shit, everybody talk the same, like got the same lingo, but they don't. But I know I'm 100% sure Tasha know the answer. I'm 1,000% sure they know all the answers. But that would be cheating. But Tasha, she's a moderator, so she. Hey, Mr. Everest, he should know the answer. Shout out to you for coming through. Oh shit, you got it down to 12-hour speed. I probably. It took me days to complete that game. Days. Hey Tasha, we going to the top, so it really don't matter, honestly. But like I said, this is no rush on that. Like, that's just how the universe works. That's how the spirit works. Shit. But hitting 20K, like on my birthday, I predicted that. I said I wanted to hit 20K in February on my birthday. Like, so for that to happen, internet tripping. That started happening. I mean, this time ago. But the fact that y'all mentioning Kratos though, but was Kratos like I know he was in the game, but going to the top, exactly, and going all the way, and then there is no limit. Like literally, there is no limit. There is no top. There is no ceiling. Like so, just know we just gonna keep going, and going, and no matter what the numbers look like, no matter what the views look like, just know mentally, spiritually, we gonna always evolve and grow. Especially when you come to my live, like, cause that's the goal, like to help other people like grow spiritually, and not just help people, but help myself. Exactly. he, he would. He would. But the last time he came in, he was cool, like so. But somebody earlier came in. I think he had a different account. Cause he said you better not be smoking no Reggie in there. I'm like, man, that's a blow sniffer would have said. Like so, I don't know if he was like using another account, but he don't ever pop up that early in the live though either. So he always show up late, like you, Tasha. But shit, I'm always on time. But even when I ain't on time, like I'll be on time. I could be late, and when I get there, like I'll be like on time. It's crazy. Yeah. What? You would never get on a plane, Tasha? What? So you would rather drive? So you would never want to go out to the country, or Canada and Mexico, but you never want to go to like London, Hawaii. What is your fear? Like you're afraid like the plane might crash? Oh, you'll take a boat. You gotta understand though, a ship can go down too, like the Titanic. You know how like I have a certain afraid of heights, so I plan on going skydiving this year, cause I'm not that afraid to heights to where I won't get on a plane, but I'm afraid to jump off a plane and like actually be in like that type of height. So I plan on doing that, like so to accomplish my fears. Water is scary as yeah, exactly. But overall, like honestly, I've done all types of travel. Where it was planes, bus, train, boat. I did my first deployment in the Marines while I was on the boat. We broke the record. Like I think it was like uh, 6 months straight on the on like in the ocean. Like so, it was days where it would be storming and like the boat would be rocking, and I was just sick to my stomach. Like, oh my gosh, what the fuck? But like, it was cool being on the boat, like just being isolated from land and stuff like that. Like, you get a different perspective for life. You usually drive in the car. You got a pilot. You got a pilot? What you got a pilot for if you ain't gonna use them? I'm afraid of high spirit. Ate an edible before I got it. Hey, I might eat an edible next time I go on the plane. But I don't be tripping that much on edibles. Train seems more fun. Like I definitely like want to go on another train trip though. But I do want to go skydiving for the simple fact like I'm afraid of jumping out there, like just being that high up with nothing to hold me. Like I want to experience that experience. Like I don't know. Of course, I'm gonna prepare for it. I ain't gonna just jump into it. But I don't know if I do it if I was drunk, cause then like I'll probably forget something. Like I probably won't remember. I'm wild to, but I ain't that wild to jump off planes yet. But like I said, I plan on doing it this year. I did indoor skydiving. Like that ain't nothing like the real thing though. You want to fly drunk? Some some uh some flights give you serve alcohol, so you can honestly. And like in the airport, like there be bars that you can drink. As long as you ain't belligerent and stuff like that, like you'll be able to get on the plane and just relax. You you know how you can get over your flight of fear? I mean your fear of flight. Take a short trip, if you live in Cali, come to Vegas. That's only an hour flight. Just get over that fear. It's nothing, honestly. Because you have to, like me, I was always, as a kid, I was getting on planes. Like, so it was never equipping me to be afraid of flying because, like, I ain't had no other choice but to get on this plane. Like, so that never was a fear. Like, and then, like, my ex wife, she was the same way. She was afraid to fly. I'm like, what makes you so special? You think your plane gonna crash? Like, granted, that motherfucker probably should. But what makes you think you so special where your plane go crash? What's that flight? From Cali to Vegas? Ooh, it ain't that much. Like, it ain't that much. It's definitely less than $200. Like, so, drunk people can't flights on. I don't be watching stuff like that. But I have like seen like yeah, I have seen videos like that. But it wasn't like I was in. I did intentionally try to watch it because that's why I watched it. That's why I ended up seeing it. Like somebody was being belligerent on the plane, started fighting, but it was either on the news or something. But it was broadcasted like in multiple places, so it was like they was wanting me to watch that shit. So, but I don't be like typing in like airplane drunk fights on YouTube though. I imagine that shit is funny. I would imagine. You know what I used to watch as a kid growing up? The backyard wrestling. Like my grandma used to buy these DVDs like of just people fighting and shit, and they had these backyard wrestling, and I'm like, oh, this shit is crazy. High school, I would look up YouTube videos cops getting beat up. Wow, you wild for that one. Yeah, I've seen enough of those without having to type that in. Bro, I literally last week seen a video on Facebook where this dude like was fighting two cops who was a female cop and a male cop, and he rocked the female cop. And I kind of watched that video like 10 times. I ain't even gonna lie. Like, but once again, I don't be searching for that type of stuff. It just popped up, and like it's wrong to be like seeing like a man hit a woman, but I'm like, y'all are the cops. Like, so y'all don't even consider yourselves men and women. So like, y'all consider yourselves as the police. So hey, you signed up for that shit. Just like me going into the military, something had to happen to me when I went to Afghanistan. Couldn't be mad at like nobody. Couldn't be mad at the military. Couldn't be mad at Afghanistan's because I signed up for it. Remember bum fight? That was part of them DVDs. Like I was watching, they had bum fights, motherfucking backyard wrestling, like just random motherfucking street fights. Man, like I don't know why my grandma was like buying that type of shit. Like when we was watching, that shit was funny to us. I actually learned a smoking trick as a kid off one of those fucking DVDs. Like it was a dude who was smoking and he did this. He did something like that, and like I'm like, oh shit, I want to do that when I get older. I'm like, well, no, it wasn't that. He did this, but he coughed when he did it. I'm like, oh shit, I want to do that. So when I started smoking, that was the first thing I started doing. Richmond fights used to be crazy. Look at me coughing, talking about that dude. But he was like literally coughing his lungs out when he did that. But me as like I said, 10-year-old kid, my grandma bringing home this DVD, and I seen this dude smoking doing that. I'm like, man, I want to do that. Shit, I seen my dad blowing donuts when I was a kid. I think he was, I don't know what he was smoking, but I just like the times I was around him, I remember like him smoking and like blowing a donut. I'm like, oh shit, I want to do that. Like so, I think that's why I smoke, and I don't smoke fucking cigarettes. So like I love to smoke just to see the smoke come out. Yeah, what's your question though? You tell me if like Tiali was the right pronunciation because I don't want to be saying it wrong. Because I don't want to just say house. But then again, House is like that is like a cool name. I knew somebody named House. He was the size of a house. That's why they call him that. So pretty sure like you're not that size. But that's how I remember people. Like because just off a name, like, hey, you remind me of somebody who got the same name. So what's your question though? Oh, you probably still typing it. I be rushing people. I need to chill on that. But then again, like I don't be trying to. It's just like I can't help it sometimes. Like shit just be like, hey, gotta get done. Not gotta get done, but like I don't like wasting time. Even though I waste enough time on my own. I'm like, what you expect from others, you have to learn to expect from yourself. People be wanting the world to act certain ways, or they be wanting people to be certain ways, but they wouldn't want to be that to themselves. They wouldn't be that way for themselves. Like, so me, I'm like, man, if I'm gonna tell somebody, hey, I want you to do this, then I gotta be willing to go the extra mile too. Like if I like me when I don't we don't have this conversation like no more. But in the past, I'm like me and my wife would have a conversation. I'm like, I would like for you to start doing this, but before I could even ask her, I would have to ask myself. Now you didn't miss yesterday. I didn't get on live yesterday because I had went to Top Golf and like they had music playing in the background. My wife was like, "You better not record it. They're gonna copyright it." But I'm like, you know what? I should have still remade like a kind of a vlog and then just edit out the music. But when I first started golfing, like I was kind of rusty, so I was kind of fucking up. So I didn't want to record that no way. So, but I was like, man, I could take a break. It's my birthday, so that day break didn't stop me from getting back on here today, cause I've already formed the habit of doing this. So no matter where I'm at, no matter what. But thank you for that, Willard, for that birthday. You on time? Because if it was yesterday, yeah, I love golfing. I love golfing. Like, shit, if I could golf all day, I would and get paid. And like, I probably ain't that good at it, but like to know, like, I would want to spend my time golfing. If I had, if I could do anything, it'd be golfing. I'm like, I don't know. I didn't. Growing up, it wasn't like that. I ain't even gonna lie. Like growing up, it was not like that. But you know what it was? When I first moved, and I didn't even move to Vegas. Me and my wife came out here. Me, my wife, her twin sister, and her girlfriend, her twin sister girlfriend, came out here. And when my brother, it was the first time I seen him in like probably like 5, 6 years. And we went top golfing. He's a big YouTuber at the time. Like he still is big, but like at the time, like when I first came out here, like I never been on YouTube. Never like that was my first time ever. That was my introduction. Like so, we at Top Golf, and I'm like the first person up. Like even though I've never golfed a day in my life, like never thought about golfing. But when he was like, "Hey, y'all want to go to Top Golf?" I'm like, "Yeah, cool. Like sounds cool." Twin sister. Hey, we good over here. They good, I should say. But yep, but so I'm the first person up, and he is recording a video, a YouTube video, and I like toss the fucking club 20, 30 feet. That video today has like over 900,000 views on it, like on YouTube. So if you type in CJ So Cool Kenneth, and it say finally seeing my brother after like 6 years, you'll see me like trying to golf for the first time and like making a fool of myself and like being known as like, hey, you the guy who threw the golf club. And I'm like, damn, like so now like I really like from that point on, like every time I went to Top Golf, I was really practicing like just like now I love the game. Like I haven't been on the course yet, but like that's what I'm working towards. Like I even got an Oculus and I be fucking top. I mean I be playing golf on that. So I definitely fucking love golfing. Didn't think I would though. Like I said, we'd grow up honestly in Gary, Indiana. We had one course. It was called Gleason Golf Course, and like it was in Glen Park, like across town. And the only time we would go there was like the summertime, and it was to walk around because they had like a track that you go walk around the golf course on the outside of the skirts. So me and my grandma, me and my siblings would always go there, and like we would be racing. We would find different golf balls and take them home. Like so, I didn't think as a like a 32-year-old man today, like I love golf. Like man, I really like. I plan on in the future buying a home on a country club home off the strength of like being able to golf every single day, like peacefully. So man, if you don't ever hear from me again, like after I blow up and like make all my millions of dollars and billions, it's because I'm like going to golfing. Like shit. I won't try to be like Tiger Woods. I won't try to go professional. None of that. I just want to just. It's so peaceful, like just doing something like you don't. I mean, I can't explain it. Like literally, I can't explain it. So anybody who's new here, like, and wanting to know about the gas car giveaway, the thing is you have to use your intuition to guess who I was in my past life. You can guess a white person, black person, Chinese person, French person, Haitian person. Like, it don't matter. Golf only place to drink and drive. Hey, that's true. So, I've drunk and played golf, but I wasn't drunk. Like, I had drinks while playing golf, but I never was like stupid drunk. I definitely be throwing them golf clubs then, like so. I actually take it pretty seriously when I go. You have to have a car. Yeah, but that's why when you at Top Golf, you in one spot. So I don't gotta drive away, and I ain't gotta go chase a ball, walk after a ball, none of that. To y'all, like so, it gives me like peace of mind, like, and like knowing like I'm getting better, and even when I like do make mistakes, like as far as like golfing or like miss like the ball when I swing, like I was way better than the first time when I threw that golf club, like so. I see the progress in my game over time, and that's just like with life too. Like I always see the progress in my life because I'm always working towards like something better. Like so, it doesn't like for me to be stagnant or like to still be suck at sorry at golf. Like that would show just like how I didn't take like that serious or like I didn't too much care about who I was. I didn't take myself serious because now like you can see videos of me like golfing and I'm way better like but still most people who know of my brother know of me as a person who do a golf club like so hey that was my introduction like to the YouTube world but I didn't stay stuck in that position like now y'all know about that because I mentioned it but like unless you watched the videos before but overall like most people don't know who my brother is. Like they're grown ups. They got their own life. Like so. I mean, but if you got kids, you probably do. But I tried to do like my videos of my children. Like I tried to do challenges and vlogs. Like that shit just didn't work for me. It's my. I got a sucky personality. I guess. Like I don't have that entertainment personality. I guess you can't see me acting. This is the first video I've jumped in. I know, like, I know. So, your name is like super, like, I would have remembered your name. You know, I must say, probably ain't even gonna say nothing. I like the way you do business. Hey, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. But it's like, it took years of like trying to even get to like figure that shit out. Though. It has to be natural, Campbell. Facts, definitely. So, but I see a lot of people force shit on YouTube, like, and it work out for them. So I'm like, what the fuck? I can't force the shit either. Like, so this is more natural for me. Like, way more natural. Like, just sit, smoke, and talk. Who wouldn't want to fucking do that and get paid to do it? Like, so even though I'm not monetized yet, like I said, I'm almost there. Like, so smoking. It is. I'm telling you. They just need to hurry up and legalize it in all the states. You know why they legalized marijuana in the first place? To benefit a man, who owned a newspaper. He wanted like they want us to start making hemp paper off the back. Where he like, nah, I'm got newspapers. I control the media. You trying to take my stuff away? So they started saying like marijuana was a Mexican drug and it was making people go crazy, making kill people, do stupid shit. Like so, they legalized it off the strength of this dude owning a newspaper, and it was like, but strictly on some. I'm trying to protect my own business, like so. I'm gonna slander whoever the fuck I need to slander. People are eating and not talking and be happy. Exactly. Like my wife watched a lady named B Love. Like, and I watched a few of her videos too, which most of the time she just talk and eat. Like, so, I'm like, hey, I done watch people sit in their car and just talk. I'm like, the fuck? And I'm watching them just be consistent. So, like, that's what it takes. Literally, that's what it takes. So, I'm doing what it takes, and guess what? It's working out for me. Like, I can honestly preach and say, hey, if you be consistent, try it for at least 30 days. I promise you, it will work out. It will work out. And you don't have to just do YouTube. Like it could be whatever you like you want to do in life. Like literally, it could be whatever you ordered it. Ever heard of someone crashing a car smoking luggage? Me either. Unless, like, it was the first time I smoked once. The first time I ever smoked once, I didn't crash my car, but I was so high where I was like literally like on like both hands on the steering wheel, like straight up, like I had to stop and like luckily my wife was in the car and was like, hey, I can't even finish, I couldn't even make it home. Like we was almost home, but I felt like I couldn't even make it there. Like so, it was times where I got like stupid high on weed, and I'm like, man, I can't even drive. Like the first time I came to Vegas with my little brother Jinx, like I smoked Gorilla Glue with him, and like I couldn't even drive, like while I was here in Vegas, like off the strength, like the weed was like so strong. I was so used to like Gary weed, like I don't even know what the fuck I was smoking out there, but it was times where I smoked some stuff and I'm like, oh shit, I can't drive, I can't do nothing. But overall, the weed I smoked today, like I can smoke and drive wherever the fuck I want. As a matter of fact, I can smoke and drive, and it'll make my drive way better. Like, but drinking, oh fuck no. Like, Gorilla Glue, Grape Ape, Northern Light. I haven't tried the Northern Lights. I don't think. Of the exact same version. Exactly, like so. That shit made me fucking focus heavy. I fuck with the Gorilla Glue heavy. The Grape Ape. Uh, I haven't tried that, but I know somebody who was selling it out here. And, like they was selling it for pretty cheap, and I'm like, oh shit, I can flip that. But I didn't get it though. So I don't know. Yeah, but I went to Cali and I didn't bought like hella strains and shit. Like I can't even remember like some of the shit I didn't smoke. So I probably have smoked some, but I can't truly remember. Like my favorite, I don't even have a favorite strain honestly. Blue Dream is my favorite smoke in the grow. Oh, so you a grower? Shout out to the growers out there. I tried growing in Vegas, it didn't work out. Like, but I will try again when I have way more space. I'm trying to grow it out of apartments and being a beginner grower. That shit is not gonna work out. Like, so when I get more space, especially when I own my own land, I'm going to invest in like legalizing marijuana for myself, like just being able to grow. So and I'm a veteran, so it should be easy for me. It should. I ain't gonna say it should. Yes, I'm speaking that into existence when I do it. I ain't trying to speak no type of loopholes. People don't understand. Like your thoughts literally are important. Tell them things you think you will manifest into your reality. Keep from growing back in the '80s. We smoked this weed called Thai stick. Can you see this? It can't. Nope, not in my apartment. I could not from actually from my window. It's technically you kind of can, but it's kind of blocked. But Thai stick, I never heard of that. My mom would probably like know what that is though. I'm a '90s baby. Like I was literally born in 1990. Like so, I know the 2000s weed that I was smoking. It was pretty strong. I was able to smoke one blunt, and I'd be high for 3 hours. Like that don't be the case today. Of course, because I didn't like super smoking and stuff. You know that stuff that's tied to a stick. I've had weed that not tied to it like a stick. You talking about a stick, or you talking about like a I don't know. But it's times where I've got. I'm gonna tell y'all the most time, the highest times I've ever been in my life, and that's gonna include not just weed. Like I've never did heroin, I've never did coke, I've never did crack, I've never did fentanyl, I've never did half the shit that's out there. But the things that I did do that got me stupid fucking high, number one, it gotta be LSD. I smoke regular weed now and I'm good. I basically oh shit. Yeah, I was making fun of the name of that. But I smoke regular weed too, like, cause I live in Vegas. Like, literally, I live in Vegas where I can go to any dispensary I want and I can get whatever brand I want. But I know, cause I have partners in like different places where how the fucking it is magical. How the dispensaries is overcharging for like the strains. I'm like, man, what the fuck? I need to go buy like this is Zaza for me. Like, I'm not sharing my weed with nobody, and I'm damn sure not smoking to impress nobody. My weed is for me. I got PTSD. That's I got distracted house, but I did do mushrooms. But the highest, as a matter of fact, number one on my list as far as the highest times I've ever been, it's between mushrooms, LSD, and when I was in military, when I was like 19, I tried spice for like for one time. The one time in my life that shit fucked me up, made me like I thought the world was about to end. Like literally, I was looking in the mirror, staring in the mirror, and I was turning into a cartoon. You used to be stationed in Hawaii. I knew this cat that had a club, so there were parties there. Did you get your green card? I never got my green card, but it's funny that you mentioned Hawaii. That was supposed to be like my next duty station, but I got out of the military. Like, but when I was in the military, you can't smoke weed because they test you. Spice used to have. Man, it had me stuck looking in the mirror. I was turning into a cartoon. Like, I was literally watching myself turn to a cartoon. Tried to sleep that shit off. When I closed my eyes, I'm telling you, I thought my life was about to end. I thought the whole world was about to end. Like, literally thought the whole world. I'm like, man, this shit is 19. I thought I had smoked all. I'm like, I thought I didn't know Spice was that fucking hot like that. I'm like, and then to find out it's incense, I'm like, oh shit, I'll never do that shit again. Cause they had people like, I heard people was dying off of it. I'm like, oh nah, I ain't trying to be one of them people. My imagination, that's why mushrooms and LSD like fuck with me super heavy. Like psychedelic, anything like psychedelics wise will fuck with me heavy for the fact I have the craziest imagination. So the last time I did shrooms, probably not the last time, but the time before last I did shrooms, man, I damn near lost it. Luckily, like I was good after that. I ain't become no fucking like I don't know. I ain't lose it, but I'm telling you, I thought the whole world was about to go in. Who can you compare mushroom high to? LSD high. That's the only thing I can compare mushroom high to, like was to LSD. But those they both like fuck with my mind. Like I said, I got a wild imagination. So like the time that I did mushrooms, but it was a mushroom tea. Like I think this mushroom tea that I had, I'm telling you, I was on YouTube, right? Like just searching videos, just trying to how to make my own mushroom tea. Like so, I got like a ounce of it, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna use just a 3.5 of the mushroom, like just for my tea. So I got the lemons, got the honey, got the ginger. So I make my tea. 3.5 of it, right? Soon, like I made rinse wring all the juices into this cup, a full cup of it, right? It's just me. There's nobody else drinking this fucking tea. Nobody said. I mean, nobody in the video actually drunk the tea. Now that I'm thinking about it, nobody actually drank the mushroom tea. And the matter of fact, they were saying, uh, drink this with other people. So the fact that I had a cup, like probably like this, but it was full up here. I drank the whole fucking cup. Like so, that trip started kicking off 30 minutes. Usually when I'm taking psychedelics, it take a couple hours for the shit to start hitting. This shit started kicking in 30 minutes later. That shit had me fucking. I'm telling you, I became one with the fucking earth. I was the trees. I was birds. I was even a fucking Rolex. Like I was experiencing all of this shit on fucking shrooms. Like just and then my wife was watching Squid Games. So the TV started talking to me and they was like, this guy's so crazy. He likes to go and explore everything in his mind. He will never get enough unless he learns his lesson. Like literally, that's what the TV was telling me. Like so I'm like tripping, like watching this and this wasn't my first trip, mind you. Like this probably like my overall like my fifth psychedelic trip, but it's the first time I did shrooms in a tea and I drunk it all by myself. Like so, man, I heard like I was just experiencing so much in the same night that I was tripping. Like I experienced like something like the police just like I thought the police was about to knock on my door basically and like, hey, come get me because I was like basically high off shrooms. Tell me why while I was tripping thinking that the police did knock on my door, but they was coming to ask me about somebody who got shot. I also heard a gunshot in my trip, but I didn't think it was from outside, like, cause that was like a couple, like, damn, like, I can't say it was a mile over, but it was far over. So I'm like, while I was experiencing my trip, I was also experiencing what was going on outside of me. Like so, like I said, when I experienced earth, trees, all of that. I was one with everything. Like so, it was like, man, if you was here and you listened to the Celestine prophecy and he was talking about how he became one with the shit, like that's how it was for me. Like no lie, I became a fucking Rolex. Like so, I'm like, man, I would never do fucking shroom tea again, or I never at least drink that fucking full cup again. Like, cause that shit had me fucking going for hours, and for to be fucking watching fucking Squid Games. The other time I was fucking watching, or my wife was watching, had Care Bears on the TV, had Smurfs on the TV. Like I done had so many fucking different type of trips in my life. Well, it ain't been that much, but it seemed like that. Cause them bitches take hours. I'm like, man, everybody should try it, but they shouldn't. Playing shrooms in a smoothie for full blast off within 5 minutes. 5 minutes? Oh God, I ain't trying to go that fast. How long would that last though? Like how long would the that that lasts. If it's gonna hit in 5 minutes, it can't last that long, right? Would you guys ever try? I want to try the toe venom, but I'm probably kind of scared. That's why I want to try it because I'm scared of it. Like, honestly, low key. No, but I have to have somebody there to guide me through it. Like I don't want to just do it all. I don't want to just do it on my own. And I heard it don't last that long, but it feel like it do. Like so, knowing LSD lasts that long and it feels like it lasts that long, like I'm like, damn, do I want to experience that? But like to understand like what Mike Tyson and Joe Rogan talk about what they like experience. I'm like, man, I gotta have that experience too because I'm on that path to like just expanding my consciousness no matter what. Like so, I'm gonna fucking try like a psychedelic no matter what, like DMT, like whatever, shrooms, toad, whatever. I'm on it. Yes, but because it's so popular right now, I won't because it's causing declining species of toad. Oh, that's true. I didn't think of it that way. House like for real. But still, I do want to try. Like, if it ever just came to me, low key, I would. Usually, but shrooms. So San Diego. Hey, shout out to Mob Nasty. San Diego. Hey, it's somebody in here from San Diego already. So you from the South Side? What part of San Diego? I forgot who said it. I be like I said, I got a short memory. Didn't know you get trippy, man. Hey, I finally gained blow sniffers respect by the by the psychedelics. Yes, I fuck with the psychedelics. One of the homies was definitely tripping watching DBZ on shroom. I was tripping watching Spider Man. I was the first time I did shrooms, right? Not shrooms. The first time I did LSD, 2019. I had said I wanted to try it 2018, a whole year before, but the universe, spirit guys, they were just preparing me for some shit, right? Because I didn't know what I was asking for. Finally get the LSD. My cousin, who I'm living with, like he got it, and his like offers it to me. So I'm like, cool. Like I always wanted to try it. I'm at home with my family and shit, so nothing should go wrong, right? All right, so I take it. I think he gave me like 2 tabs of it. Like first time, 2 tabs. Like so, anybody took fucking LSD for the first time. I can't remember what milligrams and shit it was, but crazy. Every time I had dreams about that fucking shit. Like, but it first started off cool and shit, colors and shit, all colorful. The carpet and shit was all getting all bubbles and shit. Like everything was cool. I was reading minds and shit. The dude who came over and brought the LSD, he kind of looked like Jesus and shit. So I was noticing that. So everything was cool until shit started hitting a loop. So this first loop that I experienced was me being in like this nice mansion. Where like I mean I don't know if it was a mansion because I was in the room, but the room I was in it was like a nice sized room, and I had NFL on the TV, and it was playing the same thing on a clip, and I was repeating it, and the whole scene was me repeating the commercial, yeah, me repeating the commercial on repeat. It's an NFL commercial, and then like I'm talking to like my cousin. So that happened like 10 times before I'm like, man, let me get up because this is shit is like it's annoying me. I hate loops. Go to the room, go to my room with my wife. Think I'm gonna just lay down and lay the shit off because, like I said, I never did LSD in my life. Think I'm gonna lay down, close my eyes. That's when darkness set in. That's when I was in like a mental prison. Like I was in a psych ward, and I wasn't wrapped in a jacket, but it was like I was locked in a cage, and everything that I experienced in my life was fake. Everything not just fake, but it was like, hey, you see how your big brother is and how he's the man? You would never be the man. It's like shit like that. Different things like the deepest and darkest thoughts that I had that like was low key that I was holding back and that I never exposed to the world is like coming out. Like so, me being in that mental hospital in my head, like it was making me fucking insane, literally. And I'm like, I was questioning myself: Am I crazy? Am crazy? Or will I really just be the middle child, the forgotten one? Like so, I'm like, man, what the fuck? I gotta get out of my head. But when I opened my eyes, like, bro, the clock just started stopping. It didn't move no more. Like I couldn't just watch the clock and just say, hey man, this shit's supposed to last 12 hours, 8 hours. Like the shit was not moving. It was going backwards. And then the days started speeding up. Like I was experiencing one day. Like a, I mentioned it before. Like I'm experiencing like 100 days in one day off this trip. Like so, every back to back. Every day I get up, I go to the toilet, to the bathroom. So I was doing that in my head. Like I was literally visualizing my whole life, like within like seconds and minutes. So I'm like, man, this shit is crazy. I'm like, this how I really am. Like this how I really think, and like just a lot of hidden shit. A lot of people's hidden agendas was being exposed too. Like so, when I thought like certain things about people, like it was basically true as well. So, man, I ain't gonna say I went crazy, but that shit expanded my mind on a whole nother level. That's why I'm like, man, this spiritual shit, like, it's really deep. Like, it's really levels to this shit. Like, and that's what showed me, like, I was still like a baby in this touch shit. Like, I was nowhere where I am now. Like in 2019 when I did my first trip, that shit fucked me up though. But I tried it again because I didn't get enough of it, obviously. Did all kinds of acid and mescaline. Don't be scared to try no psychedelics, Tasha. You'll learn something about yourself. For real, like I learned hella shit about myself from taking psychedelics. My homie did LSD in Washington Spider-Verse, a big mistake. Yeah, I watched the Spider-Verse too, and like that fucked me up too. Like I was actually in my closet watching it because I'm like my wife wasn't trying to watch. Like she wasn't trying. You know what I did? Like, and this was the second time I did LSD. I'm like, man, I'm gonna try to prepare for it, right? Didn't work. I tried to meditate, just meditate while I was on LSD. That shit started tripping me. Like I was still seeing like different fucking angles, not just shape. I was seeing shapes, angles, all type of shit. Then tried to cut on the Spider Verse. That shit just started fucking me up more. I'm like, oh, let me cut this shit off. Let me cut this bullshit off. Someone is depressed, would you recommend holding off on that type of stuff? If someone is depressed, psychedelics can help you get over depression. So, I mean, yeah, I would. Like, yeah, so I had bad trips and good trips. Kind of like X, you gotta be in the right mood because if you get mad, facts. Yo, I experienced kind of being like, cause my life was on a loop. I was kind of getting mad, like, oh shit, this shit is fake. Man, you know, that was my trip was telling me my wife was a robot. Like I was, it was like, haha, you think you got this pretty wife and this pretty family, this shit is fake. All this shit is the Matrix. You created this shit in your head. So I'm looking at my wife, and she's turning it into a robot in front of me, and I'm mad as fuck. Like, what? This, like, really? This is my reality? This is fake? I'm like, man. But to understand, like, that was just a trip. I'm like, thank God I got over that. It really tripped me on my spiritual journey. It made me stop wanting to do spiritual shit. It stopped me. I stopped looking at synchronicity numbers. I stopped li- doing readings. I stopped listening to reading, watching readings, all of that because of that trip. It was like it tripped me up on my spiritual journey. Made me like feel. It made me feel like I was going too fast, and that slowed me down like at least 6 months on my journey. Like I was like, fuck that shit. Then I did LSD again. I'm like, oh, it's just a trip. It was just really meant to just trip me up, like slow me down. None of that shit. Well, some of it was real, but a lot of that shit was really just in my head. So if you're a person that's always in your head, and you like me, I don't know. I don't know. You might want to slow down on that shit. But I done had edibles in my life that like that. And I'm like, damn, I never take that shit again. Man, don't to get big ass Airbnb. Oh shit, Willie, that's a fucking idea. Like literally, I would love to sign. I would sign up. I would do that on my channel. Like have a gang of people literally just fucking on shrooms and playing hide and seek because that's my favorite game. Like as a kid, that was always my favorite game because I was always the winner. Nobody could always never find me. I was super small, short. I could hide in all type of places, and like I knew all the places because we would play hide and go seek at my house, in my garage, in my backyard or something. So all the kids in the neighborhood would always come to my house and we would play like whatever we wanted to play like. So it was cool. Definitely would do shrooms and play hide and go seek. Yeah, but the shrooms definitely healed depression. So I ever seen Joe Rogan talk about DMT, people just like, yeah, I fuck with Joe Rogan. I'm gonna lie, I think I would be mad though to get like I read that one. I'm always in your head. Yeah, you might want to stay out your head, Tasha. Let them first. Like, I'm crazy. You know what you should do, like Tasha, like for psychedelics, just take a small dose first. Like, don't take like I'll be taking 2 grams, sometimes 3.5 with the shroom tea. Then with the LSD, I done took 2 grams, like 2 tabs of that. Like, so I'm like, man, I just like I've already like expanded my mind to the level like when I do take a trip and I realize it's a bad trip, I can realize like, oh, I ain't got to trip off that much. I'm just, but the loops that be, man, my whole thing is like since I hate rappers, right? Not rappers. I don't hate them, but like I don't fuck with rappers like that. My trips be like showing me like how all rappers are the same, like how they all say the same shit, they all wear the same jewelry, like so it was just showing me like stop fucking like glorifying these rappers. Like they are regular ass people. They probably was lame as fuck growing up, and even if they wasn't, like you got certain people like Nipsey that he wasn't just no rapper. Like he was more than that, obviously. But the average rapper, the average music that's out there, stop glorifying the people who are making it. Stop glorifying that shit. Like, cause that's why there's so many. I ain't gonna say they dead souls, but they sleep. Like, cause they program that music programs you. It helps you manifest what you're listening to. Like that's how they control that shit. So I don't know how I got off to talking about music, but overall, like this is a dope conversation. Got 20 likes out of it. I'm a lightweight, so yeah, that's a good idea. I tried micro dosing, but that shit didn't work out for me, honestly, because I ain't had nobody tell me what micro dosing was. And then I just watched videos, but the shit still didn't. I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna just do it. I'm gonna let my intuition tell me. I mean, I'm gonna go with the flow. So when I did that shroom tea shit, like I was supposed to have that type of trip because, man, I'm telling you, I ain't never experienced no shit like that in my life. Like each time I done did fucking psychedelics, it was like some of the trips was kind of the same, but each time I learned something like different, like and it helped me expand my mind more. Like, but that first time, like it really tripped me up in my life, and I'm like, oh, I see why you call it a trip. Like, so, and it was like before I even took the LSD, right, the first for the first time, when I first took it, it was like, I don't know. I can't. It was so crazy how I can explain. It was like the future self knew I was gonna take it. Like it was like I had already took it before I took it, but I did. I just didn't remember I took it. So it was like deja vu all over. It's crazy. I can't explain it. I was able to see the light spectrum, like the rainbow ribbon. Hey, some people. I wasn't able to see nothing like that. I rather would have though. If you're into physics, then you probably gonna see something like that's more what you're into. Like me, I'm into into the mind. Like not that much no more though, because I realize how dark it is. I realize everybody on this planet has an evil little like voice in them in their head, whether it's just a voice or whatever. Like, but some people just let it out. Like so, the world judges that, and they would they got that inside them too. Like people just don't want to explain it, but man, if you would just be in a car with a certain person when they got like fucking cut off or something, you'll see people's true intentions. I didn't need my glasses on mushrooms. Hey, mushrooms will heal you. Everything is like literally LSD and mushrooms can like heal people. So what it did for me, it made me stop being OCD. I ain't even gonna lie. Like for a minute, that shit made me stop like being OCD. I grew up being OCD. Now, like I'm trying to get back into that phase because I done let like that go all the way. But I'm like, man, like that shit made me stop like doing a lot of things. Like I'm like, oh shit, I need to like just learn how to fucking microdose basically. True, that's true, 100% true. That's why they pray for you. That's when you pray for your Lord to remove those thoughts. Nah, I remove my own thoughts. I'm my own Lord. I was a Christian. I do fuck with the Bible. That's why you see it on my channel a lot. But I'm like Denzel Washington in the Book of Eli. Yeah, I got this book with me, but I know the true meaning of this book. I know the power of the book. Like so, I'm on my mission. I'm on my goal, but I'm not religious. Like so, are you a Hebrew Israelite, Andrew? Would you consider yourself a Hebrew Israelite? Cause I don't. Like people don't. We don't. A lot of people don't understand. Even though we all, not all of us black, but even though black people, there's a lot of us. We don't all come from the same place. Some people, there are originally black people in America. Like there are originally like black people. You say no Christian, but you believe in like God and the Lord and stuff. So, but I understand like people have their beliefs. I'm just like more of a student, a scholar that like just likes to learn about different religions and just like to speak my mind on it. So I was about to say, man, what you talking about? What you took it back? But when you say the Lord, like, no, I get rid of my own negative thoughts. You know how I do that? Now, lately, the trick that I've created for myself to get rid of negative thoughts is right. I'll exaggerate whatever negative thought that I'm thinking. Like so, if I'm thinking, let me see. If a negative thought pop up in my head about just anything, I'll exaggerate to the point where a dinosaur would just bust in, and like just destroy everything. Like so, any negative thought that ever pops in my head now, there's a dinosaur coming behind it because I know for one, thoughts manifest into reality, but certain things can't, right? So when you exaggerate a negative thought, like to the max point where you visualizing a dinosaur coming out and fucking the shit up, like that negative thought will never happen. Like so that's just one way I get rid of negative thoughts, right? Another way is like I would used to just picture that negative thought in my head, like I'll realize I'm thinking a negative thought. I'll pause it, a negative picture in my head, right? Then I'll like basically like have a red, imaginary red marker. Like I got a wild imagination, right? And I'll basically put the stop sign mark on that negative thought, and then I'll use my hand, imagination, and I'll toss it as far as I can. Like so, I use different like techniques to like get rid of negative thoughts. Like one time, I got a technique where I don't really do that one often, but I'll hold that negative thought in my hand and I'll just like drop. Like I can't explain how I won't drop my body, but I'll imagine me in my head just standing with the negative thought in my hand, and I'll just drop and I'll just let it go. Like so. Imagine yourself standing up in your head, close your eyes, and you holding whatever thoughts you got in your hand in your head, picture it, and then just imagine yourself just falling and just letting go of whatever thought it was. Like so. I definitely got a bunch of techniques that I use to like keep me like thinking positive. So I don't believe in like the Lord getting rid of my negative thoughts because I used to like be a Christian and I will always pray like God got rid of lust and temptation and that never worked. Not complicated, it's very simple. I make sure I'm in church every Sunday. That's what type of church you go to? Yeah, I don't believe no Lord above me or below me. There's one within me, so I'm still on this LSD talk. Got a racetrack out there, right? I'm coming out there. I'm doing something. Hey, if you come out here for EDC, I got people like that be going that's into that. So, yeah, we definitely got a racetrack out here. I haven't been yet though. I breathe out negative thoughts intentionally. See, like there's different techniques. Like breathing out a negative thought, like that's way easier. Like way easier. But I'm a person that imagines things. So I'm Native American from Arizona. Oh, wow. That's what's up. I went to Arizona and I had to turn around while I was in Arizona to come back to Vegas because I lost my wallet. So I didn't lose it in Arizona, but I lost it on my way to Arizona. Right, like I always think how a better life there is no room for negative. Exactly, there is no room for negative thoughts when you want something better for yourself. Also, imagine them leaving through my third. Man, whatever works, I'm telling you, it works. If you use your imagination, like I've used my imagination, right, to go back to when I was a kid and I felt alone, like when I felt lonely, when things happen to me, like traumatic things happen to me, I would meditate and I would visualize me today going back to the younger version and just letting myself know that it's okay. Like you're gonna be better, like you're gonna be good. Like whatever I went through, it didn't stop me. Like I didn't get stuck. Like so, I go back and I heal the younger version of myself that still feels hurt because people talked about my gap or when my mom wasn't there or when my dad wasn't there. Like so, I do a lot of visualization techniques to heal myself. Like so, people need to try it too. And if a person say, "Ah, that don't work," I'm like, "Well, that's because you haven't tried it yourself. And if you tried it and it didn't work, that's because you didn't really believe you did it. You didn't really visualize what you saw. You didn't believe what you saw." I always talk to you. Exactly, 100% sure. True. House. I've had conversations with the older version of myself. Like I've had conversations with the 20-year-old version of myself, the 10-year-old version, the teenage version of yourself. I'm gonna tell y'all this story, right? Hopefully, I don't get distracted. But I'm 16, 17. I got this girlfriend who live across the street. Can't remember her name. I do, but I ain't gonna say her name. But every summer, like, or for the summer, every day I would work with her dad. Like, and we would basically go to Chicago and like work on houses. We from Gary, Indiana, but he was from Chicago, but he moved to Gary for whatever reason. And he was basically like my father figure that I had at the time. And I was dating his daughter. He didn't know this, so I was working for him basically to like be cool. Like they let me over there when everybody else that tried to come over to like they were like, nah, you can't be around my daughter. Like it was like I basically had the access to the girl by working for the dad, and he seen me as his son. The mom, even her mom, see me as their child because I was so sneaky and like I wasn't sneaky. I was just like strategic. But anyways, one day we come home. I'm with her dad. We come home early, and my brother walks out the back door. My older brother walks out of the back door with his shirt off, and he's in my girl, like he's leaving like my girl house. And I'm like living. I'm like 16. This is like the first real girlfriend who lived across the street in my neighborhood. Like I'm like, man, I really had feelings. And to see my brother, who was a ladies' man, who always had got what he wanted, all the girls he wanted, to know he knew that was my girlfriend. But he was like, I ain't do nothing. It was hot in the house. The music. I'm like, nah. Like that's not. My mind is not telling me that as a 16-year-old. Like so. He goes to the house. I go to the store, right? And this is how naive I am. My girlfriend is at the store, like that I go to, the neighborhood store. And I'm like trying to console her, trying to see if she okay and like shit like that. Trying to buy her shit and like, but in my head, right? There was a voice in my head that said, nah, fuck that. Go fight. Go. You gonna really let him do that? It was a voice in my voice. I heard my voice telling me to go like fight for that or for what I believed in. Like so I'm having a whole deep conversation. Oh, it wasn't even me having a conversation. I was just listening. Actually, there was a conversation. It was a it was a voice telling me, don't do nothing, let it go. And then there was a voice that was telling me, hey, go handle that. You don't want to take no disrespect. All right. So I walk back home from the store, and we talking about my brother CJ. All right. Like so, I'm 16. He probably 17. I go back home. He's in the garage. My little sister's out there. I'm mad livid, right? So like I ain't swing on him, like, cause I'm like, man, I ain't about to do that. So what I did, like, this is some disrespectful shit. What I did, but what he did, like, he kind of deserved it. But what I got after that, like, let me stick to the story. Like I spit in his face, like spit in his face, and turned my back on him. Next thing I remember, I'm getting punched in my head. My body is locking up, and I'm falling to the ground. Like literally, I seen myself falling to the ground. I couldn't do nothing about it, and like I just know he hit me, and like basically blacked out. Get back up, realizes, oh shit, I was knocked out, sleep on the ground. Stands back up, still trying to fight him. My little sister Mimi, who's gone today, rest in peace to her, like trying to break up the fight, but no, like I'm still trying to fight. Like, ah, damn, you just hit me in the back of my head. Like, but I did just spit in his face. But he still ended up knocking me out. Like, he didn't put me back to sleep, but he kept hitting me, and I kept falling because I just got put to sleep. Like, so I'm like, fuck. I think he ended up breaking my nose or something. So I ended up telling my grandma, like, basically try to get him in trouble. But I ended up forgiving old girl. So I later on, like in life, when I woke up, no, not even before I woke up, I'm in the military right in my early 20s, and for some reason, I go back to that scene in my head, right? And I'm telling myself, the 16-year-old version of myself, hey, go fuck him up. Like, I don't know why the 20-year-old version of me in the military was like, 'cause you know what it was? I was learning all these military techniques. And I'm like, man, if I could have just went back and like used half of these tricks. So I'm literally having a conversation with my younger self, just hyping myself up to go fight my brother. I didn't know what I was doing because I wasn't spiritual. I'm in the military. Didn't give a fuck about none of that. So when I realized, when I woke up, I was able to go back and heal myself, go talk to myself. I went into meditation and I started talking to that version. So when I go back to when I was a kid, I was hearing two voices. It was the younger version, but it was older, like hyping me up to go fight my brother, got me knocked out. But it was another version of me, older version, that was in the meditation, going to go heal myself from like getting that ass whooping. But still, you know who I follow. Like so, it's a lot of things. Time is an illusion. Past, future, present is an illusion. With your mind, you can do anything you want to do. You can create anything. You can. I'm telling you, your mind is so powerful. People just don't use it. Like so, for me to understand how powerful my mind is, that's why I do a lot of psychedelics, cause I be trying to figure shit out in life. Like this shit get crazy. Like so, that was just the time like where I got my ass knocked out. That was the first time I ever got knocked out. The last time I got knocked out in my life. But yeah, like I spit in his face because he was like, he did some grimy shit to me. And I'm like, man, that ain't what you do to your brother. But he was always CJ so cool. Like so, hey, I never got that revenge for that. Like I never even tried that. I just said fuck that. I ain't gonna ever try to fight him again. Like so, if you ever try to say fuck that, let's box. Nah, fuck you. Like even though like I send some like I fuck him up spiritually. I ain't even gonna lie. Like for real, I know some spiritual shit that would like stop him in his tracks. But I'm not. We not at war. Like that was just going back. You see how I'm talking to the younger version of myself or whatever version. It's probably a voice in my head saying, "Yeah, this is what I'll do." Like that's the future version of me saying, "Yeah, you should just put a spell on that nigga." But nah, I don't. I'm not stopping nobody from succeeding in life. That ain't my job. Like so, and I kind of like even though like I he did what he did, I shouldn't have spit in his face. Like that was off the back off. Like, I shouldn't have did that. But 16-year-old, like seeing my older brother who's a ladies man gets all the girls he want. Why are you coming out of her house with her your shirt off? Like what you think I'ma think? Like me being the quiet kid, like he never probably expected me to do that. But yeah, he hit me in the back of my head, kind of put me to sleep. Shit, kind of felt like I didn't go to the hospital for a broken nose, but I felt like my shit got swollen, and that shit never went down after that. Like shit, it was hard for me to breathe. I'm like, man, like shit, how? Why do I? Did I really deserve that? What he did? Like shit, even though I spit in his face, you couldn't. You didn't have to do that. Like you was in the wrong. Like so, hey, but that could have went back to some past life stuff. When, who knows what happened in the past life? But hey. That's why I'm not a fighter at all today. Like I'm really not a fighter. My brother knocked out my. Oh shit! I didn't expect that. You would never talk to him again, Andrew. And that with my oldest brother and my baby. Oh, that's what you mean. This you're always so giving and positive. And I gotta shout out to you, Asia. That was one of my ex-girlfriends named Asia. I got a story about that too, but I ain't gonna tell that story today. Gotta keep it playing, man. It definitely hurts. Exactly. Now that I know, like I'm grown now, but the 16-year-old version, I'm like that was the first, like I ain't gonna say real girlfriend, cause look at what she did, but like I end up like started like just treating her like over time, cause I had forgave her, but it was always in the back of my head, which like she was on some shiesty shit. Shout out to Mariana Gray for coming through. Like it was always in the back of my head, like what she had did, like so. Like I kind of started playing her like once I had met somebody else, like so I was always like from that point on, I was like on some player shit. Like I was like never trying to like give myself in no type of position like that. So a lot of women who was like it meant only not a lot. Probably like my wife who didn't mean me no harm, and like my son's mom didn't mean me no harm. And like other than that, most of those women like they probably had good intentions, but oh no, they didn't. They just always wanted something. Like, but those two times, like I messed up because of how I was and what happened to me in my past. Like I literally had trust issues off the strength of my brother, what he did to me. Like so, it's hard for me to trust women to this day. Like I still be like, man, like I gotta I'm kind of separated. Not I mean I'm not too attached. I'm detached, like uh, from certain from just from my wife. Like overall, like she know that I love her. Like but like she know that's why I'm kind of into polygamy too, because like it boils down like if my wife was to like pass away in death, like she knows like I have abandonment issues, so I am going off the back need somebody like needs to be with somebody. Like there's certain things that you try to heal that you just can't heal. Like it's I can't heal like not I mean trust I mean my wife I trust her, but at the same time I'm detached just in case like I said if anything was to happen in the future. Now I'm not speaking that, but we're married, so it's till death do us part. So if she was to die before me, I have to be able to keep moving forward. Yes, my heart will be hurt. I feel sad. I feel down, of course, but in the like I would know like I gotta keep moving forward. Also, like I'm super spiritual, so I know she'll still be there with me. But still, most people like that lose people and they just get stuck in life. That's not me. See any shadow creatures? I have plenty of times. Trust issues. Got three brothers. When I was 13, I seen one of my brothers in bed with my oldest brother girlfriend while he was away. See, I was in the Marines. Like that didn't happen in me. My wife, my ex-wife, cheated on me when I was in Afghanistan, twice. So yeah, I got like hella trust issues, but I understand how karma go. I kind of cleared up that karma, so there's truly no point in me having trust issues because I ain't out doing nobody wrong no more. But off the strength of what happened to me in my past, like it's shit. Trust issues. I can't help but to have them. Like shit, look what I experienced. So I mean, I didn't forgave my brother. I ain't even forgave the girl, but still, that you're so when your imagination is vivid as mine's, and I go back to the past in my head, like I don't just like see like a picture of it. I can see the whole like I relived the whole situation. So knowing that's the case, like that's why I don't look back into the past. That's why I don't dwell on the past, because that take a lot of energy for me to be like trying to like go back and like always think about what happened to me when I was a kid. So what makes family do grow? Hey, your family truly not your family. Honestly, it's crazy to say that, but yes, they your blood. But when I understand how we are all spirits and we all come by ourselves, like your family really ain't your family. That's just who you came to learn your lessons from. Like that's who came to teach you your lessons. Your family, your mom, your brother, your sisters, that's the ones that came to teach you your lessons. So my mom not and my dad not being in my life, they came in my life to teach me a lesson to not I don't need to depend on anybody. I'm good on my own. Like so any family that I was born, that I was raised with, that I grew up in the house with, technically like yeah, we're kin by blood, but spiritually, like they got their own family, I got my own family. Why do you think we got our own circles? So your point on would make family members cover each other at times, but I would never. Yeah, I'm not on that. Like I'm not on that. But I've done that to like people who was quote unquote like friends. Like I definitely like. I mean, I done talked about that story too, but yeah, I ain't gonna talk about that. I done did some fucked up shit in my life, so I understand how karma works. I'm not mad at nothing happening in my life, how it goes. I understand everything happens for a reason, but as a kid, I wasn't thinking like that, so I reacted in certain ways like that I would never react today. So it's still things that I need to work on in life, but every day I'm working on like getting better at that. Like I ain't staying stuck. I'm not trying to stay stuck where I was. Like imagine if I stayed stuck with the same mindset I had at 17. I never learned no lesson. And guess what? I'll be still acting as I would still be acting as if I was 17. Like, so some people they still got that 18, 17-year-old mindset. They graduate from high school, they think they done learning, so they just get a job and that be it. Like me, I understand like this game of life, this school of life never ends. The teaching never stops. So I'm gonna always try to learn lessons and not repeat those lessons or repeat those same patterns that kept me stuck in situations that I didn't want to be in. Like so, yeah, it got. I'm 32 and I now know this. Like so, it took me to probably about 28, 29, but overall, constantly I just been trying to work on myself. Exactly, it never stops. So I'm always trying to constantly learn something new every single day. Because if you don't, then what's the point of you being on this planet? If you're not learning, you're not teaching. What are you doing here? Like so, most people are just stuck following trends, following other people, following the crowd. They never know what their true purpose is. They just knew what they doing is working for them. Like so, but that won't always work. That won't always be the case in the end. So love it while it lasts, but those peaks and valleys are real. You could be up one day and you could be down the next, and you can be back up again. Like so, me, I understand that. I've been up plenty of times. I've been down plenty of times. That's why, as I go through life, I try to stay humble. I try to stay honest and open because that's what works out the best for me. Like so, crazy. I don't have any trust issues. See, but now you shouldn't have a trust issues because look what the man you like I became. So, of course you don't have trust issues. Hmm. See, I changed because like I knew I needed to change because I didn't want to lose her. Like I telling you, like deja vu. I'm like, damn, you've been through this before. Do you want it to happen again? Knowing like she was the most purest thing in my life, I'm like, oh shit, I'm still fucking up because I got trust issues from other bitches. So, no, third question: if you could have two superpowers, what would they be? If I could have two superpowers. I feel like I have superpowers now. Like so, for me to say what I don't have, teleportation would be one. I can just teleport anywhere in the world. Uh, don't need to read minds because I can do that today. Uh, hmm. Don't need to be invisible because I've been invisible my whole life where I was just overlooked. So that ain't always cool. Hmm. Wisdom, to have all the wisdom in the world. That'd be like my other superpower. Just give me all the wisdom. Like so, like King Solomon, but just more, even more than King Solomon, because he, like, if you read the Bible, he made mistakes as well. So, like, that'll be my two superpowers. It probably ain't what everybody else would say, but yeah, I can't ever say it was a time where I didn't have trust issues because there would be times where my mom would come and I'd be thinking she gonna come back and she don't for years. So that starts with trust issues. So I didn't have. That's why I'm always trying to heal myself and work on myself because I understand like what I went through. That's meant to keep me stuck. It's meant to keep me in a certain like lifestyles, to keep me stuck in a certain environment. But that would never like my past would never hold me back. I didn't overcame too many things like that was meant to stop me, meant to crush me, but I overcame it. So as I have this mindset as a 32-year-old, like only thing that can stop me is death. Like so, and we all gonna die one day. I can tell you really humble. That's one of the reasons I tune in superpower. Ooh, time travel, but you can time travel, and that's when I said what I was talking about, like going back to your past. You could time travel that way, but I know what you mean by like just going back and like in the physical and experiencing what was going on back then. Like so, that's dope. But would you want to get stuck? That's the thing. Like if you went back, just let's just say you went back to the time of 1310 and your shit stopped working, would you be happy that you were still there? That reminded me of this story called Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe. Deadpool show. He's in the comic blows. Damn, I gotta read that one. I gotta read that one. Deadpool's like one of my favorite Marvel characters. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't think he would, but he is. Let me try to change. If how my life turned out today, would I try to change anything from the past? Like if I can go back, I would just like change anything. It would like to change like not change nothing, but to give myself advice, like to my younger self advice, like just to always be there to guide myself through whatever I was going through. Like that's the one thing. Like if I can go back in time, it just I mean, and but that's what your higher self is. That's what your future self is. It guides you today. That's crazy. Deadpool was funny as hell. I fuck with both of the movies, and then he got the Christmas movie too. So I need to get more into the comics. I just need to find. I got kids, so like if I leave it down in the slightest area where anybody can get it, I won't see it for days, and if I do, it'll be ripped up. So kind of hard for me to like read like comics, but I do read a lot of books. So I do want to start getting into that because that can expand your consciousness as well. Things like comics, the right movies can, the right music can expand your consciousness. The right videos on YouTube can. Like so, I'm always like looking to like evolve and help other people evolve. Do comics. Oh snap! So I'm gonna definitely check out the comic store on you. Like so, you not the comic. You're not him, is you? I'm about to subscribe, bro. There's the comics explain. Didn't you mention comics explain? dude. That's cool. I don't care. Shit, I don't care if it's white, black, or not. Like, shit, that's cool with me. But anybody in here, because they seen like the gas card giveaway, the way to win is you have to use your intuition to figure out who I was in the past life. Like, so if you've been in here and listened to me talk, and if you are a person who likes history like me, and just who do I remind you of? And if that's my right past life, you'll get a $50 gas card. And you don't have to answer that question today, like, because I get on live every single day, like, so. Tell somebody, like, and there's people in here that knows the, like, two answers. I mean, my wife knows all the answers, but there's certain people that knows two answers, like, so. I'm gonna take care of those people later on, but like, this is the first like giveaway for my channel. It's not gonna be just giving away to somebody who pops in one day and like I just randomly select. Nah, I want somebody who wins to be like been tuned in, heard me speak. Like, you ain't have to take notes, but hey, I'm pretty sure something I said stuck out. So if you in here to like win that gas card, just use your intuition. And who do you think I was? Which continent were you? Which past life are you talking about? I was on Africa. I was in China. I was in Rome. I was in French. I was in Haiti. I've been in America a few times. Like, I've been everywhere. I've been a musician. I've been a king. I've been a pharaoh. I've been an emperor. I've been a philanthropist. I've been a philosopher. I've been a slave. I've been a murderer, cowboy. I've been me. Like, so. Just take a wild guess, and if you're right, I'll let you know. And I just get your information, and I'll send you that gift card to whichever one you want. So, or I'll just like cash app you like the $50 so you can get your own gift card. I mean, get your own gas. That works too. So this contest basically is gonna go on. That's gonna be the new thing. Like, for me, like, I'ma always do a gift. I mean, a gas card giveaway or something. Gift card. Get Sam's Club. I know people like Sam's Club. Like, some type of giveaway. So yes, they are all well known people. Like, so. Every time I come in this lifetime, I do something like great. Like, so. That's why I'm on my path now. Like, that's why you tuned in now, cause hey, you know there's something different. Like, and if I continue on this path, just how far my trajectory is in life. Like, so. By when it's all said and done, just imagine by the time I'm 77 years old. Just imagine from where I am, if I keep on this path, what will I accomplish in life? So imagine the people in history and what they've done, white, black, it don't matter what color, just, hey, guess, take a guess. What are your feels on the X-Men? If you like them, I might have some recommendations. I fuck with the X-Men, I fuck with X-Men heavy. So they movies ain't always on point, but like, I fuck with X-Men. If that was one of the comics I would read, that was one of the comics I would read. And then I grew up on X-Men, just watching like on Cartoon Network as a kid and stuff, like ABC. Rick Cece's most interesting man in the world. I've never heard of him. See, people, who's to say like you won't mention a past life like that I don't know about yet? So now you're gonna make me research him. So I'm gonna have to, like, if you ain't spell it right, then I'm gonna try to hope my phone do it. But the most interesting man in the world, that's crazy. Is that the dude from the commercial, bro? Ain't he still alive? You almost got me right there. The dude that with the beer. He's actually still alive. So there's nobody that's still alive. I recommend they got their own country. Wait, you said they all got their own country? Oh, See, like the X-Men, like all of that is honestly based off like humans and stuff. Tell them we all got certain gifts. If you tap into yourself and your true and your higher self, you'll find out you got gifts. Yeah. Mutants have their own country. We are mutants. Like if you, when you're muting yourself, you probably don't realize it. Like if you in his lives, something about you like that ain't in like the rest of the world. Like, so tell you that's why I ain't got a million people in my lives because everybody not gonna be able to tune in on this type of frequency level. So that's why and that's in the comics. You saying they all working together? I'm interested, especially when I got time to like just look into it. So I like I said, one of my homeboys on Facebook, he said I was more like the one above all. So I didn't know who that was at first until I did my research. So as you mentioning these names, like I'm definitely gonna look into some of the comics and stuff like that because I do fuck with Marvel heavy, DC, but and there's other comics out there that I just probably haven't tapped into yet. But yeah, it's a reason you mentioning it. So the thing is, what am I gonna do with that information? So you said that thing is called comics. Let me see where that message at. Comic story. Oh yeah, I'm definitely tapping. Oh yeah, I'm definitely tapping into comic story. Hit that subscribe button. I'll go down the rabbit hole with these. Like he got over 2,000 videos. Like see, trying to get on that level. I'm only around like 600 something. So I'm pretty sure by the end of the year I'll be around like 1,200. Oh, now I'm waiting probably like around 3,000 posted videos because that's shorts right there. Like so, I'll stay consistent with posting. Then hey, I'm trying to be like in y'all face for real. Dope Spill is a legit comic channel too. I'm pretty sure as I watch the videos, like more comic videos, like more of those channels is gonna pop up too. Like so, that always happens. Like, but I'm about to like ain't nobody gave you the right answer, so we've been on here for quite a few sometimes. Should I say till we hit the 3 hour mark? Yeah, that's 6 more minutes. If somebody answer it within 6 minutes, say then that's the answer. But like I said, this contest is basically gonna go on until somebody win it. And once y'all win, I'm just gonna hit that $50 cash app. If you use it on gas, that's on you. You don't. Oh shit! House said it. House, hey, hey. You said it. That's one of them. Hey, and we ain't even mention that. Like, so somebody's using their intuition. So until we uncover all the past lives, like that's gonna be the whole thing. So if you got a cash app house, like make sure you send that to me. I'm definitely gonna send you that like ASAP. Like, but damn, for him to say Confucius is one of my past lives. Like, so I didn't say it. And I'm not. People can't say, "Hey, you lying." Like, if you someone use their own intuition, and my wife knows, my wife can confirm. Like, I've told her Confucius is one of my past. Like, I've had like, yeah, you on point. So, shout out to House for gaining that answer and like, hey, we're gonna be doing this more often. As my channel continue to grow, there'll be more contests. And for people like Tasha, I got to think of something. I'm gonna go ask my wife because you've been here from day one. Like so, there's people who know some of the answer, but they don't know all the answers. So, like if Tasha, you could have still like answered and like said like just guess the answer and like could have won some too off the back of that too. So like you not just excluded from like the competition, but like the answers is there. Sasuke, the first black samurai. Ah, I mean, see, as y'all mentioned names, like that gives me to research. Like, but Sasuke, like that's off Naruto too. Like, I didn't know that was a real black samurai. I had read upon a black samurai, the first black samurai, but oh, that's his name. That's crazy because when I read upon him, I wasn't on to Naruto, but my kid's on it now, so like I kind of know who he is. So definitely, house. Make sure, just actually follow me if you have an Instagram house. Follow me on Instagram at Positive Minds Only, but it's an underscore between it. So just follow me and send me a DM with your Cash App, and I'm gonna send that to you. Like so. But yeah, but if it's not spelled like that, then it's probably like on the same like it's based off that character, probably. So, but, hey, shout out to House. And this is his first time in the live, like so. It was somebody who knew history, like was able to put pieces together. I mean, usually in intuition, that's easy. It's usually the first thing that comes to your mind. But sometimes if you're not aligned, the first thing that comes to your mind is something negative or something that ain't right. So you gotta be able to discern truly. Yeah, that is crazy because I'm like, I'm gonna just stay on till I make it to the 3 hour mark, and then I just go on to the next day. But when he said Confucius, literally, I'm like, I ain't gonna say my heart dropped, but I'm like, I did not expect that. Like, literally, didn't expect it. Second guessing is the poison. Like, literally, that shit is the poison. Most people second guess themselves all day, and they stay in the same spot. So yeah, definitely hit me up on Instagram, or you can add me on Facebook at Kenneth L. And then just shoot me a message. I'm gonna shoot you that Cash App. But there's 17 other past lives that's out there that you can name to win. Like so, like I said, as I hit those levels, yeah, that's not the past, but that's just one. Oh yes, I'm gonna check them out, but I didn't. Yeah, that's not who I was. I'm not a fighter. I'm not a. I'm not a. I'm not a war. I'm a warrior, low key. I'm a warrior, but like I'm more of peace. I'm more of philosophy. I'm more of speaking. Like so. Hey, see, you naming names I've never heard of, but like I'm like got me interested in knowing like, cause for you to say Confucius, that means like, hey, you really know your history. Like you really know your history. So I want more people in there like in here like that like can just say your name and not like that be the one. Cause I'm telling you, I've been reincarnated for thousands of years. Like I just keep coming back helping people. The great peace bringing in the old. Hey, I'm learning today, and that's what I said. Love to learn something new every single day. Like so, and I'm willing to say, hey, I don't know, I didn't know that. Like you giving me game, you putting me on to certain people like that I've never heard of. Like so, but yeah, just hit me up. Y'all can all just actually like follow and hit me up on Facebook. I'm always open to talk. So just don't be calling me randomly. Even if we cool, but my main Instagram had got hacked at 27,000. So now we just got my positive mind thing, and that's only at 200. So no, I don't think I was him. I don't think it's not a thing, but I wasn't him. Cause I come back here in certain times, so it's, I don't come back constantly, back to back to back. I come back. Sometimes it's 100 years, sometimes it's 50 years. Like I take my time because I don't have to do this. I'm doing this on the strength, like hey, to help people evolve and grow. Like so, hey, once you send me that message, hey, we hit that 3 hour mark. Thank you guys for tuning in. Hey, y'all gave me 25 likes tonight, so I really appreciate that. So we're gonna be back tomorrow, and with the 1500s. See, I was here. I was around here in the 1500s, so tell you, I got some lives. Be back tomorrow. Peace. We out.